life, get your life, get your life. Baby, I got my why you can serve my mind. Baby, feeling me, that's why they killing me. Lately, get your life. Get your life, get your life, get your life. Baby, I got my why you can serve my mind. Baby, feeling me, that's why they killing me. Lately, get your life. Run up when you see me, no disguises. Keep that thing with me, cause I don't do surprises. J Chanel, show and tell, all facts, no lies, string. Get your life, cause I'm the type to come through with that mind quick. Eyes on me, what you care for? Watching me, baby, care for. If you ain't a fan, where the cameras? Hide in the back with the bellboys. My circle so restricted. Hands raised like it's your religion. When I sleep, pay close attention. Fake friends out here pretending. Get your life, get your life, get your life. Baby, I got my why you can serve my mind. Baby, feeling me, that's why they killing me. Lately, get your life. Get your life, get your life, get your life. Baby, I got my why you can serve my mind. Baby, feeling me, that's why they killing me. Lately, get your life.
Focus there.
Watch them cause they after me like a pot of gold. I'm not for play, ask Keisha if you don't know. I'm a little bit cray-cray, approach me, you better be right. If you don't come correctly, you can catch these hands tonight. Eyes on me, what you care for? Watching me, baby, care for. If you ain't a fan, where the cameras? Hide in the back with the bellboys. My circle's so restricted. Hands raised like it's your religion. When I sleep, pay close attention. Fake friends out here pretending. Get your life, get your life, get your life. Baby, I got my why you can serve my mind. Baby, feeling me, that's why they killing me. Lately, get your life.
Get your life.
Get your life, get your life, get your life. Baby, I got my why you can serve my mind. Baby, feeling me, that's why they killing me. Lately, get your life.
Get your life, boo.
Alrighty there, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a 1 or a 2 if y'all can hear me down in the chat room. Give me a 1 or a 2 there. Give me a 1 or a 2 down in the chat if y'all folks can hear me. Let me turn down my background music just a little bit. Turn this down just a little bit. Over here. I don't want to, I don't want to try and overtalk the music. I don't want the music to overtalk me. Let me see. We got a 1 down in the chat room. Hey, Zahara, how you doing? What's up, Shar? I see Super Sly 75 stopped on by. What's up with you good folks? Y'all saw the title, so you already know what it's going to be about. The chop shop reviews. The Angryman. This is your YouTube life. Angryman. Is this your YouTube life? It's brought to you by the good folks of the YouTube streets. Like I said, if you folks read the description down in there, I've known Angryman, or I've been acquainted with the Angryman. I won't say know him. Right, the Angry Bird. That's you know what? I'm gonna refer to him, Z, a few times as the Angry Bird, because a few other people do too. That's a moniker that he lives by, the Angry Bird, and a few others that you're gonna hear. Some. What's up, Black Hawk? What up, player? How you living? Yeah, Angryman. Even actually, you even making a cameo appearance in this particular stream, that Black Hawk. So what's up? Player, folks. What I did is I had about 2.5 hours of footage, but I narrowed it down to about a little over an hour and 10, hour and 15 minutes. So it's going to take us some time to go over, because of course I have to stop it from time to time to make my comments. A little bit later on, folks, if you would like to, I'll drop the link. And you folks can come on up and, say what you agree or disagree about anything that I've said about the Angry Man. I am. He said, it want to be long. You know, I could have, Z. I mean, I had enough footage over him over the years that I could have done a 4-hour expose on it. But I'll just go ahead and say, I'll just make this into a mini series, all right? But this is probably, in all honesty, not unless he does something catastrophic, I'm not going to talk about the Angry Man anymore. And I'm going to direct this towards this stream, towards Angry Man and his supporters. Just like I said to the Trump supporters, after I show you what other folks have shown you, I have no skin in this game with Angry Man. I don't support him. I don't send my money to him. There's nothing that I do for Angry Man. I have no skin in his game. But what I do say that I see him in all other panels. I see him screaming at his supporters. I see him insisting that people give him money for knowledge that he does not have. And that does not sit right with me. So I went on this crusade, just like a few other folks. They asked, why do you talk about the Angry Man? Because I can't stand fake people. I can't stand frauds. I can't stand people to sit up and act like they know what they're talking about. Like he said, I can just say it. I ain't got to be right. And some of y'all dumbasses fall for that. I'm gonna refute. And then calling them names on top of that. And that's what I don't get. And y'all going to see exactly what I'm talking about. As I said, Angry Man, there's nothing in this stream that we're about to show you. Nothing here I made up. Everything that I'm going to talk about either came from your mouth or someone that has direct contact with you. Now, I know some people, and I hate to bring their names up in this expose, but if you're going to do an expose the right way, you have to sometimes you have to reveal some of your sources or what you think about. I'm not saying revealing my sources, but I'm going to have to make reference to some of the people that I know that you have affected over the years that I've been acquainted with. Some of them good people and some of them bad. Some I still fuck with, some of them I don't. But it just goes in a long pattern because you and I started this about the same time. That's another thing that you folks saw down in my description. Angry Man and I started this venture about the same time. The road he took was YouTube to become, I guess, what he wanted to say, to become popular. The road I took was to become a broadcaster, a radio DJ, a radio announcer. I think I've accomplished that goal from where I started out 10 years ago to now, to where I'm the proud owner of a radio station. Whereas in contrast to Angry Man, what have you done in the last 10 years? Is this your YouTube success, Angry Man? Your whole career has been nothing but an abundance of failures. And I'm going to show that to you. You've been in beef with everybody. When I say everybody, I mean everybody. You say that you want to stay off panels, but there you are, poof, on this panel. Every time someone shows a little bit of, gains a little bit of prominence in these black YouTube streets, there you are, Angry Man. Right, pot-bellied, 3 sandwich eating, no content having motherfucker. You're going to hear that a few times too. I had a little meme that I wanted to use, the Angry Man, but for some reason or the other, every time I use that meme, maybe it's telling me something, it shuts my computer down. So I'm not going to use it. Maybe it's in the wrong format or something, and it freezes my computer. So I'm not going to use that meme. But you're going to hear me say it a few times. I can promise you that. This is no holds barred here, bro. If you might want to, if you're up in the cloud somewhere, and if you want to take the time to fall on out the clouds and defend yourself, come on down. You're the next contestant on the Loose Nigga Roundup. You too can get it. You see, unlike these other content creators, there's nothing I need from them. I don't gain any popularity by, well, I guess a little bit. I take that back. I do. I get a little bit of popularity from chewing your ass up like a lawnmower. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm a landscaper, so I'm going to go ahead and landscape your ass. You know what I'm saying? lamb badge. You asked for this, my man. You asked for this. So without further ado, then, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all ready for it, I'm gonna go ahead and show you. Let me switch over here. Let me switch over first. Let me do this. So dude can't say, hey man, you copywriting my shit. Which you tried that before with Gino, remember? And what happened there? What happened with that? You said you had some of the best lawyers in the world, that you was going to get your shit back. Remember that, Angry Man? See, I've been around just as long as you, so I know your history. Remember that? Remember that? How you said you told all your supporters and anybody who would listen, how you had your ducks in a row, how you had your shit copyrighted, how you had your lawyers that draw up all the necessary paperwork, that if anybody's ever tried to fuck with your shit, that there would be hell to pay. You remember that? And along came John. Knock him out, John. But one fell swoop, the masculine mercenaries was gone. Remember that, Angry Man? When you gonna bring the masculine mercenaries back? You can't, because it belonged to somebody else. You pissed somebody off that much that someone actually went out and bought the rights to your shit and sat on it and put it in the trash can. That's what they thought of your product. They bought it to put it in the trash can. Just because you pissed them off, because you talking about, let me go back, because I got to start from the beginning. Remember the first call I made to you, Angry Man? Remember our first contact? You was on a Blog Talk Radio supporting the black folks, because Tommy Sotomayor pissed you off so much that you had to protect the black men and the black women that he was talking about. That was you on Blog Talk Radio. That was you in 2014. So much so I was impressed that I called in, gave you props on what you was trying to accomplish. Some of my exact words was, keep it up, young blood. Do what you do. We need more voices out here like yours. I come back 6-7 months later. You and I have a mutual friend. I hate to bring her up, but I have to make this, to be transparent. You and I have a mutual friend that I met in your chat room. She was your moderator at one time. Her name is Shaw Willie. And for one thing, Angry Man, that's one thing I never understood. Why have you not given that woman the credit where credit is due? Without Shaw Willie, you would not exist. Without Classic Ruby, you would not exist. Without Stay Sleep, aka DS1, you would not exist. Without Cerulean Gray, you would not exist. Without Just DeAndre, you would not exist. All of those names should sound familiar to you, because at one time, you was friends with them folks. How do I know your history? How? But again, I'm not going by what I said. I'm not going by what I see. We're going to go by what other people see. I went and collected. Other people sent me shit on you. A little whisper, Angry Man, of me saying that I was going to do an expose on you, and shit started flooding my timeline. See, that's another thing there, Angry Man. If you send your legion of doomsday followers over here, because that's what you are, you're pretty much leading everybody that listens to you over a cliff. Sooner or later, they'll find that out. But when you send your legion of folks over there to try and dig up some dirt on me, good luck with it, because they'll all be practicing. Every one of them. Because everything I say over here is legit. I do my research. I might not be right on everything, because no person is. And I'm not saying I'm perfect by no stretch of the imagination. If you dig deep enough, you might find the occasional parking ticket. You might find that at some point in time I did this or I did that, but nothing to the extent of what I found out about you, what other people have said about you, what GMT exposed about you, what Sotomayor exposed about you, what Anton Daniels exposed about you, what the cry when Fresh and Fit wouldn't let you on their stream, how you made stream after stream crying about why they wouldn't let you on your stream, how you talking about you loved Kevin Samuels after the man passed, but while Kevin Samuels was alive, he was the worst thing accept a child of God to you. You hated him with a passion. Now all of a sudden, that's what's a good way to get them legion of Kevin Samuels fans. To say that me and Kevin Samuels was all right towards the end. That's like Snoop Dogg walking in the hospital room saying that him and Tupac patched shit up before the man passed away. Believe it or not, Angry Man, Tupac is dead. That's the same principle that you try to tell us, that you and Kevin Samuels, that somewhere along the line, y'all patched shit up. The man completely ignored you at every chance that he had a chance to. I think in all the streams that you addressed Kevin Samuels, he might have addressed you for 10 seconds. Maybe 10 seconds. Tell me I'm lying. Are we gonna get to them women too? I'm sorry, casualties of war, ladies. That's what y'all over there. If you're over there supporting the Angry Man, I'm sorry, you're gonna get it just as well as the male supporters over there. Y'all gonna get it too. Because, to be quite honest with you, y'all women are the ones that uphold these channels. Y'all are the women that support these channels. If there's no women supporting these channels, they wouldn't have one. If there was no women supporting Darryl Long's channel, he wouldn't be popular. If there was no women supporting Sharon Brace's channel, he wouldn't be popular. If there was no women supporting J Prince for President's channel, he wouldn't be popular. If there's no women supporting Angry Man's channel, we're gonna talk about that too. How many supporters do you actually have, Angry Man? I know I said I was going to start the movie, but seeing an expose sometime, the monologue got to be a little bit long to get you in the mood. Y'all got your popcorn and shit? I got everything? I've been talking about you for 17 minutes now, Michael. Well, about 15. Well, I say about 14 minutes or so, the Angry Man minus the real music, because that's what you like to do. You like to come in and beg for an hour or so before and play some music like you a DJ. Leave that shit up to me and the rest of us. We're trained for this shit. We've been doing this. Some of us been doing this for over 20 years, brother. Leave that shit alone. Leave the DJing to the professional, okay? If you don't mind. Leave the DJing to the professional. How you gonna be a thug up in your stream the other night playing love music? Who was you after? Huh? How was you in your stream talking about you rough, tough, and raw? Playing Lenny Williams. Chick must have been mad at you, huh? Sometimes you get lonely. Come on, Angry Man. But anyway, let's get to the street here.
Come on with my channel that y'all don't want to hit the super chat or the cash app and donate. I be watching other shows that don't really be talking about shit. The niggas be freaking hitting the super chat left and fucking right. Y'all want to support the show, or we just gonna shut this motherfucker down? Because I'm about to stop doing free shows for niggas. Like, for real.
Okay. You see, I stopped it on purpose. There's Kevin right there. Because that's probably what he doing. If the body didn't deteriorate, he would probably turn over and look at you in his grave like this. Nigga, what? You're not doing you don't have any content, so you can't stop the show at any time. It's not like motherfuckers gonna miss out on anything, Angry Man. What are they gonna miss out on? The celebrity gossip? They can't get that somewhere else? Ain't nobody talking about Jada and Will this week? Ain't nobody talking about how the women fucked up the BET Awards this week? You the only, I know. You the motherfucker that's always got the real reason. That's been one of your monikers, the real reason why. And you gonna talk about you gonna stop the show. Nigga, stop the show. You should have never started it. If that's why I gotta give you my money. If I was a supporter, Angry Man, I would have been stopped giving you money. You ain't worth a quarter. That's what I would have said. You ain't worth a quarter. And if you in the country, if you hear that from a country fella, you know that means you ain't shit. Your content ain't worth a quarter. Right. How long you gonna talk about Kendrick? How long you gonna keep Kendrick's and Lamar? What's not Kendrick? How long you gonna keep Drake's nuts in your mouth? Is it a light skin thing? Is that what it is? Is this a light skin thing? Is this the good and bad hair thing there that you gonna keep Drake's nuts in your mouth? Defend him to the ends of the earth? Never mind, that's you. If you want to keep another man's tallywhacker in your mouth, that's on you. That ain't my business. What up, Joe? Simplified Devil Dog. How you living, man? Good to see you. But like I said, if Kevin, if the flesh didn't deteriorate, if he could, he would look at you just like this. Nigga, please. What the fuck did you just say? Stop the show. Come on with it.
And by the way, I don't know what's going on. I need y'all to support the show, man.
Go again. Different shirt, different day, new stream. The first thing out your mouth is, by the way, I don't know. What's going on with y'all? Y'all need to support the show. Begging Benny. He'll borrow anything you got. Last $2. Let me get that. Give me, can you lend me? Every time you see Angry Man on the screen, that's what he starts out with. Give me, not can you lend me, because once you give it to you, once you give it. I remember there was a stream that somebody said, Angry Man, that they accidentally sent you too much money. And you called up your chick to tell your chick why you shouldn't give the money back. 700K subscribers. Oh, we're going to discuss that too. See, we're going to be here for a minute. Y'all might as well get comfortable. Ain't got nothing to do. It's 6:21 on the East Coast. I had some folks doing some work around here. I would have done this yesterday at noon.
Niggas don't like me.
Boss on the internet,
get them bombed.
Getting bigger than your motherfucking chest. Don't wanna be a man, guess I'll be a failure. Blaming everybody, paranoia. Born in the 80s like your daddy's daughter. Go and get that dick, boy, like your mama taught you. Pretend. At the top, boy, you're trying. The king of the jungle is a lion. You ain't no king, boy, but you're lying. Sitting on the panels, whining and crying.
And by the way, I don't know what's going on. I need y'all to support the show, man. I told y'all. Niggas don't like me.
Angry Man.
You absolutely right. I won't say right. You're right. No, it's not that folks don't like you, Angry Man. I'm going to say this because you do have some people that like you. You do have some people that revere you. You do have some people that respect you. But the point of the matter is, it's called a donation for a reason. Okay? If I feel that you've given out enough content or that you've done something in the good of the service of me, that you've elevated me to a different platform, if you give me something of value, maybe it's tangible or intangible, I'm going to donate. I want to keep you going. I want you to prosper. I want you to continue to succeed. But I'm not going to donate to some trash. I'm not going to give good money after bad money. Who does that? I've listened to your content since 2014, Angry Man, and it's not changed. One thing has been constant about your content. You talk about black women. You get in arguments with what you so-called folks that don't agree with you. You block your chat room, and as soon as someone comes in your chat room that disagrees with you, you curse them out. You tell your supporters that they're broke. The list goes on, but I'll just stop at them top 4 right there. Why the fuck would anybody donate to someone like that? 10 years. You're supposed to be a prominent YouTuber. Where are your prominent supporters? Where are those folks that will say, Angry Man, I want you to advertise my product for me? Why hasn't that happened yet? Not to mention the bullying. Why hasn't that happened for you yet, Angry Man? Because you're not marketable. And to be quite honest with you, I don't think she'll talk to you, but you can ask Char Willie. When I came back onto the YouTube scene, I looked for you. I was saying, what happened to the man's channel? If he's having problems with YouTube keeping his channel up, tell him I have a spot over here that he can use. All he has to do is have the right equipment to where he can broadcast on air. This was long before all this super chat and other shit was invented, folks. I was willing to put him on because I believed in the message that what he was saying. So this is not fluke, Angry Man. I'm not talking to you as those other folks that just found out about you because you became popular. I was back when you was nothing. When you was so-called on the crusade, when you was on the good side of the law. And again, you can ask Shaw Willie, I looked for you. I purposely came to YouTube to look for you. But instead, what I find? An arrogant, 3 sandwich eating, pot belly, no content having motherfucker. That's what I found when I came back. Bullying every and anybody. Getting on the panel, cursing women out. Telling their supporters that they broke. Lying about your living conditions. All this has been exposed. All of it. Not by me, but folks that don't like you. Like this guy right here. I've never seen this guy before. How did I know? How did I run into this guy? Through typing in Angry Man, someone don't like Angry Man. Poop, 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 poop. They popped up like the chicken pops. Look, listen to this guy.
Whatever the fuck his actual name is, you know what I mean? But the man's a caricature. He came to my channel and I said, I don't really watch your material like that. I had 2 criticisms of you. The rest of them came from external sources, other folks constantly cooking you, saying your views are bought, X, Y, and Z.
Constantly cooking you, saying your views are bought. And this was someone that did not know you. Saying that your platform is full of bots. You came to this man's platform, you came to LTV platform because you saw that platform growing and you wanted to jump on the bandwagon like you did Ant T at the Purge. Remember that? At the second Purge. Remember that? Where you won the MVP for talking shit. Remember that? Remember that, Angry Man? How you used to come over to Anton Daniel's channel until you got in the spit with him? Until you used to go, how you used to go over to hang out with O'Shea Deuce Jackson and Obsidian until you got into beefs with them? The list goes on. Not to mention, how many women have you gotten beefs with? Bomb Cherry, Verbal Assassin. What's the lady's name over there on Gay Princess channel? Fantasy Island Girl. The list goes on, but it's funny. When it comes to the women, the only women that you argue with is black women, especially women of color, dark-skinned women. You have the most vitriol with them. Wonder why.
Jason Reels calls in, cooks you. Outside of that, it's other folks. I have not made a video content or a live stream concentrated on the Angry Man. So when he calls,
and look at this right here. The angry dude couldn't get 30K subscribers to save his life. One day, magically, he had 300,000 subscribers. So it makes sense that the low views also leverage his bought subs on other YouTube channels. Who would normally and have regularly ignored his existence? Somebody says he ain't light skinned, he just got a light skin complex. But y'all heard when I read this now? See, this is someone who literally knows you, Angry Man, that says, and we saw the same thing. There's several of us that's noticed the same thing. We just haven't spoken on it because it's not our business. Hey, if that's how you want to grow your business by buying subs, then by all means do just that. A lot of the content creators prefer to grow our channels organically, but since you want to keep up with the Joneses, Angry Man, since you want to be the first to do everything, you were the first person that folks started noticing the buying subs to try and keep up with Kevin Samuels because you saw him skyrocket into the moon. And that comment is over a year old. Hey there, Raw Talk. How you doing? Good to see you. And that comment right there is over a year old, Angry Man. Now, let's do that. You had 300 subs a year ago, 300,000 subs a year ago. Now you're close to Close to 1 million subs. 700,000, 750,000. That's close to 1 million subs. We're going to talk about your chat room. With 1 million subs in your chat room, Angry Man, that chat room should be on fire. It should be one of the hardest places on YouTube to read anything. But it's not. And you're going to see why in a little bit. Let's continue.
And looking to be cooked. I'm like, what do you think we're doing out here, sir? Do you think my channel is just looking for you guys to be some red pill hunters or some fuck shit? Like, y'all niggas is dumb. It's like, oh, cook me next. Me. Look at my platform. Watch my boring ass show. Like, niggas have time for that. Niggas is tripping.
I'm so sick of that shit. I'm so sick of that shit. This is the reason why my YouTube shorts are consistent. My YouTube shorts are consistent.
Wait a minute. Have y'all seen some of Angry Man's YouTube shorts? All you have to go do is click on a black woman, and usually somewhere along the line, there's Angry Man with a dissatisfactory comment. Because that's all he does. His YouTube shorts are about black women that's in controversy. Angry Man, you have no content, man. You have no content. None. You know why people click on your YouTube shorts, Angry Man? Because they're in the fucking way. And the thumb gets in the way sometimes. The thumb gets in the way. What this dumb motherfucker talking about? What Brutus talking about? With a dumbass look on your face. What Brutus talking about? Trying to outsmart Popeye. You can't do it. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man, nigga. I eat spinach every damn day. What's up, Big J? How you living, bro?
System. My YouTube shorts consistently do numbers, which is what attributes to the large amount of numbers I do and the sub growth. But the reason why my live streams are not as consistent, because my live streams have a lot of phony, fake ass motherfuckers.
No, the reason why your live streams are not consistent because you don't have any content. You have to wait. You have to wait for the next bullshit episode to happen, or you're going to continue to talk about Will and Jada, or the next whatever's going on as far as garbage in, garbage out is concerned. What's up, Sheep Stay Sleep? How you doing? See, again, here's another one of your constituents. Used to be constituents down in the chat room, and I guarantee you, if I brought Sheep Stay Sleep up here right now, because I remember last year or year before last. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sheep. Correct me if I'm wrong. You roasted the Angry Man you got up on the Purge and called Angry Man out. Did the nigga show up? Did he show up? I don't think so. You're right, Joe. The numbers don't add up. Let's continue.
Watching from the clouds and in the fucking cut. A lot of hate watching.
You know, niggas talk about how I do celebrity gossip over here, right? y'all sit there and watch TMZ, but you won't watch me. But then you will call me a sellout and you won't watch a black man. My fault, black and name only. Black Hawk, y'all broke ass niggas. I'm doing numbers over here. I got almost 700,000 subs.
Black Hawk, it was a character, but you got called out. See, that's what I'm saying. This, of course, this is a parody. I don't know who really this guy is. Someone sent me this clip of this guy, and I found out a little bit about him. So I was like, you know, I don't really want him affiliated with my channel. I was going to use him in a skit sometime back, but because of what I found out, what he does as far as what children are concerned, I don't want that kind of trash garbage. I'm not even going to take that kind of garbage in. So I let it in. Let you folks do what you got to do with him. But when I understand, but he's a prominent YouTuber that knew the Angry Man quite well. The Angry Man, either he was in your camp at some time or the other, or you guys used to share panels from time together. So this guy that's talking right now, he knew enough, and he thought enough to go get a fake beard to imitate you. What I'd say. Let's continue.
Why some motherfucker talking about he roasted me ain't even got 7,000? Fuck these niggas. I used to do videos in my car. Look at me now. Look at all of this shit I got behind me. Look at all this shit I got behind me.
I respect your ambition, Willie, but you
Ain't going another dumbass question. Angry man, why you always play music in your stream for over an hour before you talk? Because I'm trying to see if you niggas go kick in. Y'all gotta pay me to come on here. This ain't no hobby.
And that's exactly it. That's what he's waiting for, folks. And unfortunately, some of y'all do that. Y'all sit there and y'all cheer him on. Angry man, we gonna cook. We gonna cook. He's sitting there smoking a cigar, bobbing his head, and sitting in the dark. He wait for y'all to kick in. He sound y'all. Doesn't he sound like? Hey Mel, how you doing? Didn't he sound like the lady on Fridays? You two motherfuckers go kick in. I'll wait for y'all to kick in. Let's continue.
Me to me. I'm a businessman. Look at all this shit behind me. I'm a businessman. I told you that, B.
A bitch every kind of place and
You have with Russell Wilson.
when
Well,
it comes down
it's very
on you,
simple.
you either collect.
I'm gonna show you why a dude like Russell Wilson is problematic for the culture.
Now, please explain to me, Angry Man. You know what? I'm glad I didn't hear the rest of this stream, because how in the hell Russell Wilson, a pro NFL football player that's gone through college, that got drafted in the NFL, that played a number of years in the NFL, that married a prominent R&B hip-hop star, that has some children. Hey, Candy Cane Lane, how you doing? Good to see you. That has children, that's quite successful in the business world. How would that be a detriment to the culture? Anybody got any idea? Can anybody tell me? Please type it down in the chat room and tell me, how could that be a detriment to the culture? Anybody? It can't be. No, you can talk all day you want to about whether you like Russell Wilson, how he on the football field. That's up for grabs. If you were a Denver Bronco fan or if you were a Seattle Seahawks fan, it's up to you. You can talk about him all day. But outside of the football field, Angry Man, the man is untouchable when it comes to what black families should look like. Unlike yours. Unlike your put-together family. Hello World is a song that we sing in the Partridge family, the Brady Bunch. No disrespect to your lady friend, your wife, your girlfriend, whatever you decide to call her. But didn't she have children before you met her? Didn't you have children before you met her? Aren't y'all co-parenting in other areas? Well, we're going to get to that too. Because I remember there was a time that because you was trying to do a live stream and your youngins, or her youngins was making too much noise in the background, that you started screaming at them. I remember another time that your wife was, at that time, girlfriend, or however you want to call it, was out working all day long. She got tired of you making all that noise. Making all that noise. See that? Don't call me. And how do I know that these folks? You don't need to verify my voice. Hold on. All right, Miss Lady, thank you. But anyway, like I was saying, where was I at? See, that kind of distracted me over there. I hate when folks call me, and I can't put my phone on what do you call that? Do not disturb, because I don't want to miss an important phone call. Right. And cursing the boy out. But see, when you hear Angry Man talking about Russell Wilson being a detriment to black families, how, Angry Man? But see, again, to your supporters, they hate Russell Wilson just based on what you said. Just based on what you say, there's folks right now that despise Russell Wilson. Not because of what he does on the field, just simply because he stole y'all bestest girl. He stole Sierra from y'all hero. Isn't that it? He stole Sierra from Future. She should have stayed with Future. That's what's matter with you and your supporters. Russell Wilson is a nerd. There's no way that nerd ass should have been able to grab up Sierra like that. Is that what y'all really mad at, Angry Man, and y'all supporters? And all those other ones that go around talking about Russell Wilson ain't shit. I tell you what, personally, if I could switch lights for 24 hours, it damn sure wouldn't be with none of y'all versus Russell Wilson. I can tell you that shit right now. I wouldn't mind waking up in the morning and seeing Sierra in my cup. And I ain't talking about coffee.
Problematic.
The culture.
I respect your ambition, Willie, but you got to have vision.
For our community.
Now I run every kind of bitch, every kind of place.
And like I said, I'm gonna break it down to the molecule.
When it comes down on you, you either collect.
Nowadays, people want to run around here and pretend like, oh, a lot of these young black dudes, they don't have any kids because they're being smart. It's not that they're being smart. It's that they're scared of responsibility. So ain't nobody else gonna say that shit. I'll say it. A lot of these dudes ain't having kids because they're afraid of responsibility. They're afraid of manhood. You got a bunch of grown ass little boys running around here, and I'm tired of you niggas.
Hold on.
Let me stop you right there, GMT, before you go any further. Listen here. Having a child does not make you a man, Angry Man. If that's the measure of a man is not having children. The measure of a man does not come from the money in his pocket. The measure of a man can only be measured after his days are gone. The measure of a man is measured by the deeds and the legacy that he leaves behind. That's the legacy of a man. You can't determine how someone else thinks about you. You can only put in front of somebody what you appear to, what you want to be like. The measure of a man does not come from you. And it certainly does not come from having a baby. And here it is again. If that were the case, like they say, why didn't you stay with your baby mama? What happened between you and your baby mama, Angry Man? Because we're going to talk about that too. We're going to talk about that too, how you said it, because you couldn't handle your son. Y'all heard that statement right there, right? What do you say there, conscious moron? How you doing there? Y'all heard that statement just now, right? No. Keep that in the back of your head, what he just said. Listen when he's on a panel with 4 other grown men. Listen how this man speaks. But first of all, this man right here you see on the screen, Angry Man, this is probably your number one, this is your mortal enemy right here. This guy right here does not fuck around with you, does he, Angry Man? I told you, I warned you to leave this guy right here alone. This is a guy that you not want to piss off. I know about guys like these. And GMT took you to task so much so that you was on a live stream like you did with Big J. You had to pull out a damn gun to threaten all 135, 140-pound GMT. You were so rough, tougher with GMT that you said, tell GMT to catch a flight. If I catch you somewhere, and then you turn around and dox the man for shit that you did. You put out that man's tried to put out that man's entire life story, and then run around telling folks, I didn't dox him. Yes, you did. Wasn't my business. That was you and GMT's business. All I did was sit back and ate popcorn in the chat room and watch GMT obliterate you night after night after night. He even told you, my sole purpose is to make some money off you, angry man. $1 here, $1 there. My sole purpose is to expose you and make a couple dollars from your shenanigans, angry man. Then he leaned back in his seat, and then he commenced to showing all kinds of shit about you. That's how I found what your name was. This is now, everyone knows this. Everyone now knows your name is Manuel Dudley. I'm in the airport, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate that. Let me use that little right there, short. I'm in the airport, ladies and gentlemen, and someone left a bag in a place where it shouldn't be, or their phone or something. And the phone says Manuel Dudley, right? So get up on the intercom, and the lady or the man behind the counter calls over the loudspeaker, says, Manuel Dudley, please report to the courtesy desk. We found your bag, we found your phone, we found your something. And you just happen to be near the courtesy desk. Just out of curiosity, you know, as most humans have. You turn to see who Manuel Dudley is. You expect to see who? Certainly not Dudley Do-Right. You expect to see a Latino man. You expect to see a man of Latin descent, maybe Puerto Rican. You're certainly not looking for a black man to come up to the counter, are you? Certainly not looking for a white man to come up to the counter, are you? Certainly not looking for an Asian or Chinese or Japanese man to come to the counter, are you? Your ethnicity by itself, angry man, just the way you look, your last name, is questionable to a lot of brothers and sisters out here in the street when you holler about you for the black community. No black man in their right mind would run around with the moniker Beano Nation, black in name only. No black man in their right mind. I'm black in name only. The fuck?
Oh, angry man, you said Tommy Sotomayor couldn't go nowhere picking at black women, but you spent the majority of your YouTube career saying you about black male empowerment, but you invented the term strag. When people say strags, when people say daggles and maggles, when people say hyenas, those is angry man talking points. You spent that time.
Absolutely. All of those words that GMT just said could be attributed to one person, the angry man. Absolutely. That's you cannot push yourself away from that table, angry man. If that's the content that you created a few buzzwords that people use to desecrate and disrespect black women. The name of the stream is Angry Man. Is this your YouTube life? Strag, maggle, gaggle, hyena. That is part of your YouTube legacy, my friend. That's how people know you. When somebody tries to describe Angry Man, all they got to do is say one word. That's the dude that went around calling black people, black women in particular, strags. They automatically know who you are. Your one word is synonymous with you. Just like with Sotomayor. Hair-hatted hooligans was synonymous with Tommy Sotomayor. BT-1000s was synonymous with Sotomayor back in 2014, 2015, 2016, until this nigga pivoted to try to get in white world. Then he had to clean up his act a little bit. He didn't change his attack. He didn't change the people that he was attacking. He just changed the way that he attacked the black women. You and Sotomayor have two things in common. Y'all both found out that there's money to be made in shitting on black women. Y'all found that out rather quickly in this game. You, Obsidian, and it's at some point O'Shea Duke Jackson and a few of the others. Y'all found it profitable to shit on black women. That's why Kevin Samuels pivoted. Remember, he was a perfume salesman when he first came on the scene. Remember the video of him asking the dude, do you have a big tallywhacker? How many dudes ask you that in public? Hey, ABT, sitting up in there, girl, you better grab you some popcorn because I got some shit going on up in here. Sit on down. Sit right down. But how many people ask you that, folks? How many grown men ask you in a live stream, another man, you got a big tallywhacker? The fuck you asking me that for? Why are you asking me that? Who is this guy here? Richard Spencer told Tommy. Yes. I didn't include that in this stream there, Black Hawk. That's I saw that actually I was looking at O'Shea Duke Jackson. That's why his name keeps ringing out of my mouth here. I was looking at him, how the white dude told him, basically go back to Africa. Just like what a lot of you loose niggas, when y'all run over there and try and get into the white world, they let y'all know exactly where you belong. And Tommy Sotomayor, from what I understand, you found out yesterday what white people really think about you. You're a puppet, you're a toy. But this stream is not about you. You're so vain. You probably think the stream is about you, but no, it's not. It's about the Angryman. Let's go.
Critiquing black women, downing black women, but when Kevin Samuels does it and makes more money than what you were able to do with it, now it's a problem. How, Sway? Now you want to be about black male empowerment. You just spent since the election being about being a conservative.
Right. There's another one of those. What's that? Another one of those so-called things that you. What's that? Street talk, where you were supposed to be jumping in the political arena. You and BGS and anybody else who was y'all sit up on the panel of that circle jerk talking about after the pandemic and Trump is going to take away all benefits for black women. It's going to be a cruel summer. The black women going to come back to the table. Because Trump going to do this, because Trump going to do that. Come to find out, the man that you was backing is no more than a common criminal. Right, street conservative. That's what you tried to be, the street conservative. None of your political ideas made sense. None of them. Black women was going all these so-called stats that you and your so-called folks were pulling out, and every time somebody else would pull out a different stat to absolutely obliterate your stats. No, that can't be right. There's no way that black women outnumber black men in the military. Go look it up for your fucking self. There's no way that black women are more entrepreneur. Well, shit, the writing's on the wall. Black women have more startup business in the last 5 years than black men do. I didn't make up these stats. But y'all sit around and feed that bullshit to your supporters week after week after week after week. Street conservative. So much so probably some of the same supporters that were sitting up in your chat rooms was probably some of them folks that was down there at the insurrection or and in some of these other chat rooms passing up disinformation. Don't vote. Black voting ain't shit. There ain't no sense. black women. How did y'all tear down Stacey Abrams? Called her fat and black and all kind of other shit. Yet some of y'all black men over in your chat, Angry Man, tore down that woman absolutely nothing because she was standing up for black people and she was standing up for black women. But you would sit up in there and say, yeah, let me cook on Stacey Abrams. The same thing with the lady down in Georgia. I heard you talking about she came to the courtroom with her dress on backwards. Come on, man. I heard you say that. She came to a courtroom with her dress like she just was in the back getting fucked. That was the implication that you tried to make, or that she was so incompetent that she couldn't put her own dress on right. This is the history of you. This is your YouTube life that I'm talking about right now.
Then you had the Black Order. You was pseudo pro-black, and then you stopped being pro-black, and then you went to SYSBM. You were about being ADOS for a while. You sold ADOS hats. Then you went to Greek. You did your Dragon Ball Z stuff. You did your Thanos get up, and now you doing all these different things. But when another man finds financial success and he's empowering himself, which I thought black men get money and empowering himself. That's what I thought this space.
Angry Man contribution was simply given a space to label, quote, the black manosphere. Nothing more, nothing less.
On every kind of bitch, every kind of place.
Come over here to the Angry Man channel.
When it comes down on you, you either collectivize or you run like a solitary rat.
You either collectivize or you run. Hey, Zero, what's going on with you? You'll see that, because I call that's the Angry Man ghost that'll pop in from time to time, because Angry Man really thinks he's a pimp. He'll sit up in his thing and try and philosophize. So every once in a while, the ghost of some old Angry Man relative will pop up on the screen. Either you gotta collectivize or run like a scared rat. Angry Man, a couple times, you ran like a scared rat. Oh, before I go any further, folks, let me just say this. What you're seeing now is, okay, a little while back, someone said Angry Man had thousands and thousands and thousands, almost 1 million subs. What you're seeing in front of you is an actual picture of Angry Man's chat. With a little bit of help from some friends, we calculated that there's about 36, 37 active chatters in here. That includes the StreamYards and the bots. And out of those 36 or 37 chatters, the majority of them are repeat chatters. I think if I'm looking correctly, one guy chats in there probably every other time. I think he's on the screen right now. The guy that he mentioned coming into. Self-proclaimed genius. That's the problem, Black Hawk. You can't proclaim yourself to be a genius. It's like you can't give yourself a nickname. Somebody got to do that for you. You can't give yourself a nickname. I'm going to call myself Potbelly Joe. Usually nicknames come from somebody you know. What's up, Slick? What up, Shawty? What up, Slewfoot? ADHD is more like it, right? But look in this chat room, folks. This guy says for someone that has as many subs as he has, I want y'all to look at how slow this chat room goes. I'm over in other chat rooms at Bomb Cherry. Yep, some of y'all that's down in Bomb Cherry's chat room. If there's about 30, 40 people in there, it's hard to read the chat. Am I correct? Put a 1 down in the chat room if y'all agree with me. Somebody put a 1 if I'm wrong. Put a 2 if I'm wrong. If I go over the Super Slides chat, if there's 100, 200 people in there, the chat is damn near unreadable until he puts it on slow mode. If I even if I go over the Jay Prince's chat, but this man says there's about 600, 700, 800 people in his chat on any given time that he goes live. And look at how slow his chat moves. And it's usually one word or a couple words. Like, look, right here on the screen right here, word. This lady D, most of us folks, that's another thing. Usually, you see how the L is right there instead of a picture? That's suspect in itself, because most of us that have YouTube channels either have an icon or something to identify ourselves with. Like when you go to my channel, you see that lion. That's on Facebook. That's on all my social media platforms. When you see that lion head, you know that's me. So I kind of find it suspect when I see folks in the chat room with just an L on the name, like Lady D. I find that kind of suspect. But look at this chat. Look at the chat. How it's not moving. Look. And we did this for 11 minutes, folks. We took
drop $1, then you go to these female content creators and drop
vision, Willie, but you got to have vision.
You got to have vision, Willie. And I had a vision, Willie. I had a vision that the sub count don't match the motherfuckers in your chat. I had vision, Willie. Angry man, angry bird, angry biatch. Now, again, if you are buying subs, that's on you. Your growth is not, how do you say, it's not organic. But if that's the way that you want to grow, hey, that's on you. But don't make it, don't tell your audience that, or don't, matter of fact, didn't this motherfucker write a book? Wasn't that about what Money Monday was about? Wasn't that what about some of the other things that he was offering on his Patreon and his Rumble and a Locals channel where you could come over there and you could see how he grew his channel? But shit, all you had to do is type that in to Google. How do I buy subs? Shit, that ain't hard to do. You don't need to pay Angry Man $50 for that, do you? You got to have vision, Angry Man. Your uncle done popped in here again.
Now I run every kind of bitch, every kind of place, and I know one thing. When it comes down on you, you either collectivize or you run like a solitary rat.
Honey, I've seen you niggas do it. Up out of here, Denio. Get him the fuck up out of here. I need 100 cash apps. Get him the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, that's one low-level thinking ass nigga. Angry hoe. Angry hoe. I mean, he's worse than low-level thinking. He's a jackass. Fuck that nigga.
In my opinion, it's ridiculous to compare the two.
Okay, folks, I blurred out the chat a little bit, but y'all can see in the back that the chat was not moving very much. While he talked, I gave him a lot. We took 11 minutes of footage. When I say we, somebody helped me out with this. I won't mention the person, but someone helped me out with this. Thank you. Thank you very much. But as you can see in the background there, even as with the waist, the chat is not moving. But this is coming from a guy that says there's 1,000 people listening in this chat room. The other night I peeked in there, there was supposed to be 1,500 people in there. That chat should have been off the chain. But all I saw was a bunch of one words, and the StreamYard bots. or the same people typing over and over again. Most of them is supporters because, let's face it, in order to type in Angry Man's chat room, you either got to subscribe to his channel, or you got to pay what used to be you had to pay $5 or some shit like that, become a subscriber, paid subscriber, before he would let you talk in his chat room. I don't know if he changed that or not. Allegedly, I don't know. But continue. He's about to say something else stupid. Y'all know it.
Nigga just said he'll never be as good a safety as she is a gymnast. Well, I guess not. When she gets up on the thing to do her gymnast thing, nobody's trying to tackle her.
Check out.
This the kind of nigga that tries to compare two different sports as to make a point. There's no comparison into football and gymnastics. Even so much so, he know his rhetoric didn't make any point, so he couldn't even say balance beam or the bar or the uneven bars or the floor exercise. Of course, ain't nobody gonna come out there and fucking tackle you. That's comparing apples and oranges. Of course not, dumbass. But this is the point that I'm saying. Angry Man thinks he can say anything, and for some of you supporters, it makes sense to him. There was people down in the at Cook, Angry Man. You on fire, Angry Man. You the man, Angry Man. Tell that nigga, Angry Man. What did he just say that made any sense? When would you see a 300 line? Where in God's green earth would you see a 300-pound linebacker with a damn, what do you call them shits that they wear? Leotard on a balance beam and not think it's a prank? How you compare the two?
Some more of this motherfucking bullshit while I make my drink.
What I get told is everybody's their own man. As if it's impossible for people to be their own man and move as a unit.
Whoa. It's absolutely right. Remember those names that I mentioned earlier, folks? I mentioned them earlier for a reason. Sheep Stay Sleep, Shaw Willie, Classic Ruby, what's the Crimson Cure, DS1, all of them at one point in time, Kevin Samuels, all of them folks at one point in time had an affiliation with Angry Man. And I guarantee you right now, if you pull each one of those folks to the side, all of them will tell you the same thing. They have a nasty taste in their mouth after dealing with the Angry Man. I can guarantee you that. I will bet money on it that all of those folks that I just named will tell you that I will never work with Angry Man again under any circumstances. I will never trust Angry Man again under any circumstances. Guarantee you. I'm willing to bet a paycheck on that.
First of all, it is impossible for people to be their own man and move ever.
Exactly, especially when you got somebody trying to sabotage you. Sound familiar, DS1? Sound familiar, Kevin Samuels? Well, oops, I don't think you can hear me. But how many other folks? Grinch? Huh? That's exactly what he was doing. He was trying to form a cult, but none of them was with it. I ain't with you, Angry Man. I ain't with this bullshit. Because all those people that I just named, ABT, they got the fuck on. It wasn't with that shit. All of them folks that I just named got the fuck on. For some reason or the other. Some left a little earlier, some left a little later, but all of them got the fuck on. I think there's only one of the group that I didn't mention that still got Angry Man's nuts in his mouth is that guy they call the Grinch. But we know about him anyway. You little suspect in his damn self.
As a unit with you. That's the problem. It's impossible for niggas to be their own man and move as a unit with you. I don't have to use me. Is the example of this. Go on, run back and delete the shows. Or you probably already have. Every time he try to be his own man, you got something to say about it. You putting them under the gun. You eviscerating them on your channel. While your fucking chat is cheering you on. Burn him.
And if you don't know what he's talking about, this so-called friend of his, not from the YouTube streets, a real life friend of his, out of his own mouth, Israel Mills, I've heard you say that you've known Angryman for over 30 years. How many times in your YouTube career has that nigga thrown you under the bus? How many times has that nigga tried to sun you? How many times? Matter of fact, you were up on Bomb Cherry's channel. One day I came up there and I asked you. I said, Israel, let me ask you something. So you mean to tell me that you didn't know Angryman had a channel? You told me, oh, no, I didn't know that. I mean, you mean you've known this man over 20-some years and you didn't know he was in the YouTube, you didn't have a YouTube channel? Come on, man. Come on now, Israel. And I said, I told you then, if you plan on getting into cohorts, if you're trying to get into a business with Angryman when it comes to the YouTube streets, you will lose eventually. This nigga will sell you out eventually, especially if your stream becomes popular, especially if folks start showing you some attention. Tell me, Israel Mills, am I wrong? Tell me, am I wrong? How many times has your so-called friend of over 30 years thrown you under the bus? All for a super chat, all because someone said something to you or some woman agreed with you or disagreed with you and he didn't like it. How many times did that happen, Israel Mills? Several, probably too many to count. Not to mention what we've seen. I can only imagine what y'all talked about on the real phone or in the back chat.
The stink. You make it difficult for niggas to be their own man and move as a unit.
Facts. You make it difficult.
We noticed something happen, which is the main reason why I don't do interviews. This is the reason why Angryman don't do interviews no more. This is the reason why I don't go on shows that do panels no more.
No, you don't do shows and do panels no more because you like to crash them. And normally you'll pay somebody $99. First you'll go in and scoop it out like you did Sharon Bracey. You scoped him out for a couple of days. You sat in the chat room for a couple of days. You sat in the clouds for a couple of days and you started noticing, wait a minute, the chat room jumped from 60. The chat room jumped from 80. The chat room jumped to 100. The chat room jumped to 200. Ooh, this where all the action at. So let me drop a band in there and make my presence felt. That's exactly what you did. And unfortunately, no disrespect to Sharon, you fell for it. He put enough cheese in that trap. He got you. So much so that your partner, your cousin Brownsville, let that nigga come on your channel and pull out a weapon, whether it was fake, whether it was plastic or not. This nigga still came onto your channel and pulled out a weapon. You did nothing. You just moved on or completely away from the subject. And that's the problem that I have with a lot of you content creators and a lot of you people that support Angryman. You do nothing. You do absolutely nothing. Well, that's just Angryman. No, that's not Angryman, because you know what? By now, Angryman should be just like Taz. He should be like Nyla. He should be like Cynthia G. He should be like Obsidian. The niggas ain't got no channels. But y'all let him back up on the stream. Auntie, you let him up on the Purge. Jay Prince, you let him over there. The Fight Club, you let him over there. Sharon, you let him over there. He was in another stream the other day. What's it? This might be risky. He was over there talking about the women attacked him. Them women ain't got time to attack you. If you wasn't going over there, they wasn't attacking you. It's funny how you always say somebody's attacking you, Angry Man. But you always edit somebody else's stream for somebody who say you don't go to panels. You don't do live streams. What the fuck? Look at the chat room, folks. This is 11 minutes.
I cannot say what's wrong or right.
Don't pull it out here. You're gonna see a little
Niggas
bit
still run around here yelling SBE. The shit didn't catch on. Give up.
Oh, yes, it did. Oh, yes, it did. SBE caught on like wildfire. Yes, it did, because everybody's saying it. Oh, yes, it did. SBE caught on. Shame, blame, and explain. But unfortunately, for some of y'all niggas, we reversed it. We told you guys that y'all was trying to shame the women, y'all was trying to blame the women, and you was trying to explain to the women why y'all was trying to shame and blame them. Shout out to Ty City. That's right, Ty City. I don't watch his content that much. You folks are welcome to go over there and check him out. But yes, indeed, he broke that SBE shit down. Let's go some more here.
Stupid motherfuckers. You tried to make it a wave. It didn't catch on. Sorry. Goofball ass niggas. Come over here to the Angry Man channel and drop $1. Then you go to these female content creators and drop 100. I've seen you niggas do it.
Right, then you mad.
And by the way, I don't know what's going on. I need y'all to support the show, man.
Hit that
I told y'all.
Angry Man, your content is trash. Thank you. For the person that clipped that little last piece. But look at the chat room here, folks. Look here now. This is an actual, does this look like someone who has thousands and thousands upon thousands? Look, the three words, look at some of the comments in there. Look at some of the comments by the same people over and over and over again. Look. And even his own, listen, even his own supporters, some of the people that, because you have to be a subscriber, even they are in his own chat room talking shit to him. Stream Elements is up off in there. There goes that name again. Cajun Dogfire. There goes Terrell's name again. Talking about preach. Preach to what? Are you speaking to me? Sup, Miss Lolita. There goes the same name again. Notice, right. Notice how this is becoming a pattern. Notice how it's the same people talking over and over and over, but yet you say you have close to 1 million subs. God damn, how did Stream Elements get up there so fucking quick, Angry Man? If you got all them people in your chat room talking. Look, speaks for itself. It speaks for itself on any, as I put it, right, on any given Sunday. On any given Sunday, Angry Man, this is your chat room. For a man that has 250,000 subs. Look, folks, look for yourself. Look. One word, 2 words. Sunday service. The fuck? That part. Tell him. Facts. But it's the same people, folks. It's the same people talking. Don't add up. It just don't add up. The back. don't add up, man. E Boogie made another appearance up off of there. See what I'm saying? It's the same people talking. Terrell, back again. It's the same people. Over and over and over again. Who is he talking to? What is he talking about? There's nothing of substance in this chat room right now that's going on. Because why do I say? Because there's no actual conversation. There's nothing going on in here. Bingo. Tell him. Facts. Facts. Simple as that. What? That's the extent of your supporters. One word goons that can't articulate themselves. They got to sit there, twiddle their thumb. That would be a good question, Shaw. That would be a very good question. Simple as that. That would be a very good question. Interesting how you get that many people to subscribe and not say anything. Let me ask you, Candy Cane Lane, I've seen you. I've seen you in Bomb Cherry's chat on several occasions. ABT, I've seen you in Bomb Cherry's chat on several occasions. Listen, on a good Friday night, is the conversation hard to keep up with, ladies? Sure is, isn't it? No, I could look at this over there and come back into the stream and they miss nothing. This is what's going on in this chat room for somebody who's that many subs. That many subs, almost 1 million subs. This is what he's bragging about now. This is what he's bragging about. No conversation. Stream Ellen's made it. Oh, somebody gave him a. There he is, right there. I knew he'd make an appearance sooner or later. Huh? Look at that. I knew he'd make an appearance sooner or later. That's your loyal supporter right there. That's your day one right there, Angry Man, the Grinch. Mr. Grinch, you're a mean one. I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. Mr. Grinch. You're an angry man. Although Angry Man has dogged you out on several occasions throughout the life history of y'all two that I know about you. He's talked shit about you on several occasions too, Mr. Grinch. But this is his chat room, folks. There's Terrell making another appearance. There he is. You look away from the chat room. You can look away. You can go get you something to drink, something to eat. You ain't gonna miss nothing. There goes that again. Huh? There goes the stream elements again. But this is someone, at this particular time, folks, there was over 800, 900 people in this chat. And I keep I keep bringing Bomb Cherry's chat to it didn't stop. No, it didn't stop, Shaw. It's just folks wasn't in there talking no more. It didn't stop. See? It didn't stop. Now let's go to another part. This is another one of his chat rooms here. Let's go see what's going on in here. Peek around this corner. Here we go. Here goes some more of this Angry Bird shit.
Y'all already know what time it is. Make sure y'all hit the like button as you come in.
Make sure y'all hit the like button. Give me some money.
Show anybody that drops 50 or more will be a sponsor of the show. And yo, shout out to Tootie Bug for setting it off right. Said howdy, 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 Bino fams. Don't start no shit.
And that is the exact same guy that's in that chat room that we just saw, folks. That wasn't coincidence. That was the same guy. Those were weeks apart. Matter of fact, those two chats were, this chat that you see here and that chat that's over there, months apart. But it's the same guy, same supporters, same folks, same people. Chat room is just the same. That's that Bino energy.
Y'all know what it is, man. Set it off in the building. You feel me?
Yeah. Come on.
To it.
There you go, playing that damn music. Now, what the fuck does Don't Look Any Further got to do with the title of this stream? Huh? What? Anybody? Angry Man? The title of this stream is This Is Your YouTube Life. Nothing about it so far has been impressive, has it? Folks, y'all see anything so far? Anything so far that's impressive? Huh? I've noticed that. I've noticed that too, Candy Cane. They don't talk to each
This
other. They
program is
only
intended
talk
for
to
an
him.
adult audience and deals with mature humor and
Yeah,
contains
you're
material
absolutely right.
including
They're
language,
suspicious
violence,
of
and
itself.
nudity that may be offensive to some viewers.
But look at again. There's another chat group, and there's how many other people in there? And look how slow that chat is moving, folks. But this is a guy that says, and you wonder why there's so many people that question
Shout
whether
out
you
to
bought
Jerome
yourself
for
enough.
doubling up. He said, I got you, bro.
What's up, that dark man? And Jeff, how you living, good brother?
Shout out to Christopher.
The reason why we're looking at this, folks. Listen, again, last night I did my radio show, and I'm saying this for comparison. Okay. Throughout the entire show, and anyone that listened to the jazz show last night, you would periodically hear me come over the mic and mention some of the people that was listening. Now, I guarantee you, the majority of my listeners don't ever come into the chat room because they have life and they just turn on the radio and they listen. But for those who do come into the chat room, and when they do, when there is a crowd in there, or just like any other crowd of any other chat room, it's hard to watch what the chat is saying. This chat room is like my radio chat room because there's not even though sometimes there's people there, no one is talking. They're listening. But in this case, there should be people talking because he's talking about a subject that people should be responding to. But look at this chat room. It's not moving at all. Right now, of course, he's reading super chats, but still, whatever happened to the hellos and how you doing to all the other people? Like when I come into Bomb Terry's chat room and if I see ABT, if I see Candy Cane, if I see all these different, if I see Shore, if I see all these different people, Sock Passe, whatever, I speak to everyone and they speak to me and vice versa. And that's like everybody. If Miss Not For Everyone comes in the room, she speaks to everyone. If ABT comes into the room, she speaks to everyone. So there's constant conversation going on amongst the people in there. It comes back to the point of what you said, Candy Cane. The folks ain't even talking to each other. They only speaking to him. So that's suspect in itself, isn't it?
Go ahead and hit the Cash App and support the show so we can get this thing moving.
Go ahead and hit the Cash App, support the show.
Charcoal for the grill. We need some drink. We need some smoke. We need some hamburger buns. We need some hot dog buns. We need it all. So hit the Cash App and support the show.
See? Look at the chat rooms, folks. It's not moving. Look. No matter how you slice it. But this is a guy that says he has 250,000 subs. Right now, there's about 900 people in this chat room. Does it seem that way to you? Does it seem like anybody in there is interested in anything that he has to speak on?
So we got two topics that we're going to talk about today.
Okay, what the topics?
I don't know if you guys saw my appearance on Late Night with Anton Daniel. Or late, excuse me, After Hours with Anton Daniel. I don't know if y'all saw my last appearance where me and 2K actually got into a little bit of a heated back and forth about.
Again, par for the course. Just like I said, folks, out of his mouth. I don't have to lead that. You don't have to lead the horse the water to drink. He already know where it's at. And this is the case of Angryman. Anything that you say can be substantiated, because that's all he does. He goes from panel to panel in arguments with folks. He gets into these so-called heated battles because folks don't agree with his philosophy.
Being able to,
I respect your ambition, Willie, but you got that.
Press 1 if y'all saw that back and forth. Want to see how
Nobody can see you, Otis. Nobody gave a fuck to see you, Otis. Nobody care about that.
If you saw that back and forth, press 1.
No, ain't nobody seen it. Nobody seen it.
I just happened to go over there one day. I seen it.
But again, though, folks, the thing about it is what Angryman doesn't realize sometimes when he says simple things like that to the laymen, and I'm not no disrespect to anyone, but to the laymen, he didn't say anything that could be harmful. But if you was in a court of law right now, and if it's a lawyer's idea to pick up on some keywords of what he said, listen to what he said again now. Listen to what he says. Listen. Let me back this up just a hair. Let me back this up. Listen to this.
You guys saw my appearance on Late Night with Anton Daniel, or After Hours with Anton Daniel. I don't know if y'all saw my last appearance where me and 2K actually got into a little bit of a heated back and forth about being able to.
I respect your ambition, Willie, but you got that.
Press 1 if y'all saw that back and forth. Want to see how many.
Okay. The reason why I wanted to back that up, because Angryman, this goes back to what I was saying. If you had that many subs, you wouldn't have to ask that question. Would y'all folks agree with that? Because one thing I noticed about the Bomb Squad, the Team Fatties, Jay Prince for president, wherever Jay Prince is at, his folks come there. Wherever Bomb Cherry is at, the folks come there. Wherever the Fatty Fouls is at, the folks come there. If you have that many subs, you should not have to ask that question whether they saw you there or not. Am I correct? Because you would already know. When the only reason I put out an advertisement on Sunday and Tuesday is not for the folks that that know where I'm going to be at. It's for the folks that don't know where I'm going to be. The only reason I put out an advertisement on Facebook or YouTube that I'm going to be live is not for the folks that know, it's for the folks that don't know. So if you got 700 or close to 1 million followers, at least 1,000 of them motherfuckers should have known. I'm just saying. And it seems to me that Angryman, I'm not the only one in agreement with that, because there's the two ladies right there, Z and Shar and Candy Cane. There's 3 of the ladies now. All of them agree with what I just said. Right. Didn't make sense what you're saying. You told on yourself. When I said, like I said, if you just let things just fly over, that's exactly what they do. That's the thing about Angryman. That's why I played that Tupac song in the beginning. Watch your enemies. Keep your niggas close. Get off your ass if you plan to be rich, Angryman. Because this ain't it in YouTube, brother. And that's another thing. Absolutely right there, Shar. You're absolutely right there, Shar. That other channel would gain subs as well, especially Angryman. If you had close to 1 million subs, it would have to be a trickle-down effect. Oh, this is where Angryman is at. I'm gonna go ahead and sub him. Just because Angryman came over here. A lot of the channels that I sub is because I got from other folks. Hey, you go check this channel out. Oh, this channel pretty cool. Let me go check it out. Click. And some channels that I've subbed to, I went back and said, nah, this ain't the content for me. Fuck that. Fuck that. Unsub. And get this shit out of my algorithm.
People saw. If you saw that back and forth, press 1. I just happened to go over there one day. I seen Anton took the clip. Shout out to Anton. He took and made it a clip and he posted it.
I told y'all I was going to be stopping this because again, I listen to conversations. And he said, I just happened to go over there and I seen Anton. You just don't happen to see shit on YouTube. All right? You just don't happen to click onto somebody's fucking channel. Yeah, he still is. You literally, it might show up in your algorithm every once in a while. Angryman, the reason why you show up in my algorithm now is because I started watching your shit. But you know how many different activities are going on in YouTube right now? You think people are looking for old DJ music? You think that the whole of YouTube knows that I'm live right now? Honestly, do you really think the whole of YouTube knows that when you go live? Hey, Angelica, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. Do you think the whole of YouTube knows that? For some reason or other, you have this delusion of grandeur. That you think you're somebody of importance. That's why you said I was over there watching Anton Daniels. It just happened to be in the crowd. No, nigga, you wouldn't happen to be in the crowd. You just saw where the crowd was at. And you wanted to go and assert yourself in the crowd. Look like some fun over there.
And I went over and I just happened to look at what some of the dudes were saying in the comment section. So I'm going to play it again and then I'm going to point out some things being said in the comment section because I want to get you guys.
Now, who does that? Who does that, folks? I tell you what, pay attention to what Angryman says. He's such, I wouldn't call him a narcissist, but he's damn near close to it. He's such a borderline narcissist that who does that? It's rarely when you first run into a post that you go to the comment section right away. It's a rarity. It is a fucking rarity that you go to the comment section right away. You either watch some of the video and then you might scam down to the comment section, but normally, what y'all see? No, that's the chat. The chat ain't moving much. I paused it just now, there, Shar, but it's still not moving very much. Those smiley faces ain't moved very much. They sure haven't. I'm glad you picked that up because I was wondering if anybody else was going to notice that. I didn't want to say it, but I'm glad you did. Y'all keep an eye on them smiley faces. That tells the story.
I was
not only the smiley face
making a solid argument,
see how long
I think 2K was making a solid argument. So let's go ahead and play it. And I'll let you guys be the judge of it.
See that?
Look at that. All you got to do is ask a chick a simple damn question. Which is better? Your life when you were strong and independent, doing all of this shit the way you wanted to do it? Or is it better being submissive and following the guidance of the dude you with? Which one was better? Now, of course, every day. The problem is most dudes ain't able to provide a better life for a woman than when she's strong and independent and on her fucking own. And now,
none of that made sense just now. Again, you see what I'm saying? Just say anything. just to continue to be into the argument. Then you go over there and you bring it back to your channel, and that person that you're disagreeing with, of course you're not going to bring him up on the panel. So now those few folks that are in there talking and listening, they got to listen to you talking about you going to dissect this shit. You're going to break it down. You're going to break it down to the microsecond. So what did you break down so far? Did anything that y'all hear so far make sense? Or was just a bunch of idle chatter, just a fucking word salad? We're getting a woman to submit to you. What the fuck are you talking about? Let me hear this again. Wait a minute. What do you say?
It might not be able to provide a better life, but most men can provide an easier life for a woman. Even 50-50. Let's just say the nigga 50-50 with her. He has then succeeded in providing her an easier life, and she still won't.
Wait a minute. See, you think I'm talking about money?
No, not in aspect.
I'm not even talking about money.
You ain't gotta talk about money. Him allowing 50-50 is now okay. She don't gotta work as much. Now she got more rest time. Then he can take away something. He can deal with the kids now. Like now she got more mental time to herself. Like what you saying, that ain't true. And if it is true, that don't mean that a woman gonna choose the best choice every fucking time.
No, but see, then you got an equation that she's gonna weigh. Is it worth?
Now again, folks, 50-50, however you want to look at this, whatever, none of that, whoever Angryman was talking to made more sense. That's just bottom line. If you're in a household where it's 50-50, if your wife is out working, the husband is out working, you're combining your income and you're putting it together 50-50. If you're doing the dishes on Monday, she's doing them on Tuesday, and you help raising the child together 50-50. How is that not making the life easier for the woman and the man? How is that, Angryman? How is it not easier for the woman and the man? How is it not easier than trying to raise a child on your own? How is it not easier, whether you're a man or a woman, trying to raise a child on your own, knowing that you have to get off work at a certain time to pick this child up, knowing that you don't have enough money to put in your for daycare, so you got to take the child over to the grandmother or to a friend or whatever, not to leave him with the baby's daddy or the baby's mama, because there's no 50-50 in that relationship anymore. It's you do or I'll do. So don't tell me a 50-50 relationship does not make it easy on both parties, because it does. That is idiotic in its never mind.
To give up her independence and have to follow your lead just to get those little things. Is that shit?
You damn Skippy. She's not giving up her independence. If you get married, that doesn't mean that you give up your independence. How does that equate? Because you married to somebody, that means you now become their slave and you're subject to their rule? That doesn't make sense. But let's continue. This is what he says, folks, out of his own mouth.
Worth it. Some women ain't willing to trade that. The only time it's worth it is when you are putting her in a position to where her life is better. Not easier, better.
Like, listen, man, a lot of these women today, I don't know the women that y'all dealing with, but a lot of these women today, it's not going to change. It's not going to give away their independence.
You're crazy. They can't wait to give it to you.
Bro.
Why you think all these niggas on child support and food stamps? Like, why you think they getting food?
Now, let me pause right there. You know where the discrepancy is with this? Here's where the discrepancy is. Most of these dudes are broke.
There you go again.
The reason why women are not willing to give up their independence is because most of you dudes that believe that women will never give up their independence, you have never been in a position to give the women the ability.
Well, I hope y'all been watching the the chat room on the right hand side. It's zooming by in it with all that good information that he dropping out there, all that wisdom and knowledge that he dropping on his fans, boy. There should be some gut wrenching, high caliber conversation going on in there. But what we see, that yellow super sticker been sitting there for how long now? That's probably and that's probably from the Grinch, his one and only real true supporter, his real day one, the Grinch. Let's continue.
To give up their independence.
Yeah, that's a live chat. No, that's a live chat.
I ain't never seen a chick trade living in a 5-bedroom house to live in the projects.
And who would?
I've never seen
Who would,
it.
folks? Who would trade living in a 5-bedroom house to move into the projects? Who would do that? What fool in their right mind would do that? Against the arguments that you're having are nonsensical, angry man. They're not the arguments that don't make sense. Who in their right mind, man or woman, would move out of a 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath house to move into the projects if they didn't have to? Somebody must have hit rock bottom in order for that to happen. I guarantee you it wasn't voluntarily. But those are the arguments that you have on the other side with this guy. And this is what you brought back to your chat room. But yeah, Shard, that is his chat. That is his live chat right there. This is live. This is actually live right now. So
I've never seen it. In all my years of living, I have never seen a woman voluntarily downgrade. But see, here's where the problem comes, because I get so, I'm telling you right now, bro, I get so sick and tired of these same weak talking points from a bunch of weak men. I have come to the realization that the reason why these women will not submit to you men, the reason why they won't give you the reason why they won't give up their independence is because they can't with you. Y'all give me 1 second.
Goodness,
Yep.
all these niggas ain't all, bro.
yep, there he go again with the real reason why. And again, the real reason why is, again, his argument is nonsensical, folks. You can sit there, and my pops used to say it all the time. He used to always say idle chatter. And as a young man, I never understood what he meant by that sometimes, but now I know. I absolutely know what idle chatter means sometimes. And that's exactly what we just heard. Just idle chatter, just motherfucker talking about nothing.
Bro, these niggas are bums.
My nigga, how is he a bum and he paid $1,300 a month in child support? The woman talking about the independence in the money, nigga.
Money. I'm not talking about money.
No, it don't matter what you talking about. It's gonna lead back to the fucking money. These women ain't gonna change they trade in their independence unless you make a significantly more than them. And you can say what you want to, but I'm telling you, these are the facts.
And that's
these
not
are the facts.
Wait a minute.
That's
not only women, because if you listen to these guys, these are the same guys that they have a certain standard of choosing women, from the Kevin Samuels to the Angrymans to the Obsidians. So what is the difference? Right. It don't make sense. Right. You hustling backwards there, ABT. You're right. Like another one of those things my pop used to say, put your brains in a mockingbird, that bitch will fly backwards. And it will. If you listen to Angry Man, you'll end up going backwards because nothing he's saying is making sense. But this is a guy that says he has over 1 million subs, folks. But he'll come to my channel and say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about because you only got a couple thousand. Oh, well. Oh, well. Just because you got a high sub count, that don't make you right by no stretch of the imagination. Not in the least bit.
That nigga could have changed the life.
They're not the facts.
Man, they gonna take that money and shake that ass. That's what they gonna do. These are facts. You can look around. You can look around and see that. How these NFL players and all these people.
You know what? You know what? I look around and you know what I see? I look around and I see women acting like that, but you know what I also see? I also see a bunch of fuck niggas. I also see a bunch of niggas that ain't really men, that don't really operate like men. They don't have the mentality. They don't have the fucking mentality of men. Period.
Nigga, bro. Every nigga not a fuck nigga. These women gonna have their way because the system favor them. These women gonna take your money.
You're absolutely right, and he was absolutely right. And this is a good point right here, Candy Cane. He literally is making the argument that Prince is making. He literally is saying that women have to downgrade themselves in order to find a potential mate, and that's bullshit. That is bullshit. I mean, we can watch the Tyler Perry movies all we want to, where the guy comes in and scoops the lady up from an abusive relationship that used to be a bus driver. But chances are, in the real world, a bus driver and a woman in the corporate world is not going to travel in the same circles. It is what it is. And that's not taking away anything away from the bus driver, and that's not putting the woman in the corporate world on a pedestal. That's just life. You're not in the same circles. If I was a warehouse worker, where the fuck would I run into a policewoman at? Unless I was doing some kind of crime where I need to call the police. Where would I run into her at? Doesn't make sense. Nonsensical arguments that you're having here. And whoever you're talking about, this guy that you're cooking, no, this guy is cooking you.
Per month, and they gonna add an independence with it, and you gonna fight for it.
When you on point as a motherfucking man, the system never play no fucking role in nothing you doing.
What the fuck is you talking about?
Did you hear that? He said when you're on point as a man, the system has no point in what you're doing. If you're on point does that make sense, folks? You, on one hand, I heard you earlier blaming the system. In this same stream that we're reviewing right now, I heard you blaming the system. And then just now you just said, if you act in accordance as a real man, the system has no way of affecting you. Are you fucking kidding me? Really? Do we need a history lesson? I know we don't need a history lesson. Angryman, look at the title again. I want to refute you from time to time. This is your life. This is your YouTube life. Mama sa, mama kasusa, mama ka, mama kosus. That's so makusa. Where'd you pull that one up from, Sean? Should I break out another song? Or should I have done 45 minutes of song before, like Angry Man normally does?
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
Hold on, wait. So you think that because the system, I can't even, it won't even process. It won't even process. I'm logging out.
Are y'all looking at
I'm logging out.
Still? Wait a minute. He's reviewing he's live, but he's reviewing a chat from somewhere else. So he's live. So these folks that you see on the right-hand side, those are actually folks that are supposed to be live in this chat. With all this shit going on, that's as fast as your chat room is moving. With all this back and forth going on, with all this disagreement going on, that's as fast as your chat is moving. Whether it's for or against you,
hell no. You that's that bubble talk, nigga.
Even Pookie in the hood understand that shit. You got niggas in the hood that you would consider Pookie. He ain't got to worry about the damn system. His woman would never call the damn police on him. Never.
Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos.
You talking about niggas? You talking about lame niggas? Money don't stop you from being lame. You talking about clowns? This nigga.
Okay. He said money don't stop you from being lame. I'll agree that. But a damn show can cover it up. You mean to tell me honestly, if you look at Bill Gates, if Bill Gates didn't have money, y'all think he would be having a woman or wife that look like that? Jeff Bezos. If you think if he didn't have money, you would think he would have the scores of women attracted to him the way he does. Steve Jobs. Excuse me. All of these so-called rich men, these nerdy type men, do you think without money that women would be around them? No, money is not going to stop you from being a nerd, but a damn show can cover it up. A damn show can make people look the other way. No damn way in hell that you're going to tell me right now, and I'm going to bring it even closer to home. I'm not talking shit about Kevin Hart. But listen, if Kevin Hart was not a movie star and the majority of women saw Kevin Hart walking down the street, would y'all give that nigga the time of day? You wouldn't. You absolutely wouldn't. It's not about looks. Sometimes it's not about it's if you got money, and if you flash that money, or folks know you got a whole abundance of it, that sure change your outlook on how people will look at you sometimes. You could go from being a super nerd to being super cool if you got enough money. Let some folks tell it. But when the money gone, you just go back to being a super nerd. That's all. You ain't cool no more. You're still a nerd.
Literally pulled Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates out his behind. Like it is beyond amazing to me.
Look at this chat, folks. Look at this chat. Keep looking at the chat room.
It is beyond amazing to me.
This guy says he has
really
7 close to 1 million subs.
That you can't expect women to fall in line just because you have money.
And some people do. Isn't that what you guys preach over there? Wait a minute. Let's back up. Angryman. Isn't that what you and Kevin Samuels and Obsidian and all you guys was preaching over there? BGS and anybody else who was watching? That high value man. Once you get the money, everything else falls into place. Which one is it, Angryman? I've been around long enough to hear all this different rhetoric that you throw out. One day you're this, one day you're that. Next day you're this, the next day you're that. So which one is it? Are you a high value man? Are you talking that you got to get that cryptocurrency up off in you? You got to diversify your portfolio before the women will pay attention to you. Which one is it? Because you're all over the place. Which one is it, motherfucker?
Yo, if you're a goofy and you mess around and you invent something that makes you $100 million and now you're worth $100 million, you're just a goofy that's worth $100 million. I'm gonna get to that in a second. When I get into this thing about Dexter Reed's mother. I'm gonna get into that in a second, because I'm gonna tell you the truth. This is really what it boils down to. It's too many niggas running around here that was raised by their mammy. That's what the problem is. It's too many niggas running around here that don't know no authority figure other than their mother.
I want y'all to hold on to that thought right there. This guy will tell you later on. You're going to hear later on in this stream. Wait a minute. Let me back that up. Let me back that up just a little bit. Let me back that up just a little bit, because this is important, folks.
You $100 million, and now you're worth $100 million.
It's important.
You're just a goofy that's worth $100 million.
Not that part.
I'm gonna get to that in a second. When I get into this thing about Dexter Reed's mother. I'm gonna get into that in a second, because I'm gonna tell you the truth. This is really what it boils down to. It's too many niggas running around here that was raised by their mammy. That's what the problem is.
It was too many niggas around here that was raised by their mammy. Like, that's a bad thing, to be raised by your mother. You understand that? Like, that's a bad thing, to be raised by your mother. Well, Angry Man, from what I understand, you were not around your mother out of your own mouth until you hit the age of 18. Is that where where this problem, this hatred of women come from? That, see, the thing about it is in black world and white world, there's two things. Black men suffer from no mammy issues. Black women suffer from mammy issues. That's what happens. That's what happened to you, Angry Man. You're suffering from no mammy issues. Your mammy wasn't there. Your mama wasn't there. Out of your own mouth. I wouldn't know. I wasn't around you when you grew up. But there was a panel that you were on 4 years ago. You spoke on it. We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. I told y'all folks, if you ain't got nowhere to go, this was not going to be a short stream by no stretch of the imagination. We're about 31, 32 minutes into it.
Niggas running around here that don't know no authority figure other than their mother. So they grow up thinking that women have all the power. And I'm so sick of hearing it. Yo, it's about the independent woman. She gonna do this and she gonna do that and she gonna... Only in your world, nigga, does a woman rule everything. Only in your world does a woman do whatever she feels like.
No, that's not true. That's in a lot of folks' world, that women rule everything because they have to. Because if they don't, shit will fall apart. Angry Man, I would venture to say, in your world, your woman runs everything. I'm going to prove that later on.
And there's no consequences. Only in your world. And what I'm tired of...
He thought, she saw he was getting into her operation. She got into his and got him set up and everything. And he got played a lot.
Now, I want y'all to, on this particular stream right here, these are supposed to be 3 learned men along with Angry Man on this channel. BGS calls himself the master teacher. Dr. T. Hassan Johnson is supposed to be some kind of PhD. And this other guy is supposed to be some kind of PhD. And then there's Angry Man. Pot belly, 3 sandwich eating, no content having motherfucker. But listen to who's leading this conversation. Listen to who these so-called learned men are taking advice from.
Not in that series. Is it? That's amazing that they would do a part 2 based on.
That's a profound. It's something that often doesn't hit black men until deep into adulthood. But I'm hoping that they show Tariq hit that moment where he actually understands Ghost on another level, and that was the thing that frustrated me most. There was never that moment in the show where you saw them connect at any point.
No, he was too young. He was too young. He hadn't gone through that. I remember it took my brother to get 30 years old. He said,
if I'm not mistaken, these 4 gentlemen are discussing a series, a television series, whether it's on, it might be Powder or Power or one of those other ones. I'm not exactly sure who they're referring to, but the mere fact that these learned men, these grown men, are having a conversation, and listen to the level of this conversation that it goes to. Is this your king? This is Power, sure. Okay, that's who they're discussing. But they're discussing how to discipline, I guess, an unruly child. So I want you to listen. Remember, I told you, this is the guy that says that he was for the black community, that he has the real answer on what it is, how to raise a child correctly. But I want you to listen to what he does when the shit hits the fan.
Yeah. He said he finally realized that that black woman was masquerading as his mother.
Yeah. Did y'all hear that? This is someone that calls himself the master teacher. In front of all those folks that's in that chat room right there, he's saying that this is a black woman, a mother, that's a black woman that's masquerading herself as a mother. No, and whoever this other clown is, y'all have an Oedipus complex. Like my man said in Baby Boy, y'all want y'all mamas to be y'all woman. And y'all have not gotten over that fact yet. Y'all want your mamas to be your woman. And that's not going to happen. Y'all want your mamas to be your woman.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen. I have that issue with my second oldest son. My second oldest son, I've had all kinds of little problems with him. Last year in the summertime, we had a little issue, and I send him back to his mother, get his mind right, and
So here you have Angryman saying that he is this masculine guy. He's going to teach you. He has this book out. He has the real reason why, but he cannot teach his son. He cannot deal with his son. So he had to send him back to his mother to get his mind right. But yet, he can sit up on a panel for hours and hours and tell y'all the real reason. He can write 134 book and tell y'all to go read that, and y'all don't believe it. Out of 4 years ago, out of his own mouth, you hear him say that him and his son, for some reason, was not getting along. So he had to send his mother back. He had to send his son back to his mother to get his mind right. But earlier, wasn't he saying that independent women are not going to do what? Doesn't make sense to it. Doesn't make sense to what Angryman talks about. He's always listen.
I kind of had to give him the cold shoulder, kind of love him from a distance, and he's finally got to.
Kind of place, I know one thing. When it comes down on you, you either collectivize or you run.
You either collectivize or you run like a scared rat. And that's what you did in this particular instance there, Angryman. You couldn't collectivize, you couldn't control, so you ran like a scared rat and sent your son back to be controlled, as you said, under the clutches of a woman that you despised, to get his mind right. That you said women are incapable of doing. But yet, you couldn't handle your own son. And you're supposed to be a leader of other men. I know your history. Some folks that might meet you today or tomorrow might not know your history. But after the day, folks, after this 2.2 some hour stream, wherever you choose to look at it at, whatever part of it is, none of this is flattering towards Angryman. So whatever part of this stream you choose to listen to, And whatever part you do listen to and you go back and you want to support Angry Man, don't bother me. Don't talk to me. Because you've been warned. Not by me, but by several other people now. Not just by me.
Like a solitary rat.
The point where he's like, okay, I understand what I did wrong. Took him almost a year.
Wow. Okay. And then the brainwashing is deep.
Yeah, like he was here.
They call it brainwashing because the boy preferred his mother over his father. That's not brainwashing. That's called nature. Most girls prefer their fathers over their mothers. Most boys prefer their mother over their fathers. That's just nature. I don't know why. I can't explain it. And I'm sure that there's not going to be a whole lot of people that can explain it. But I know growing up, I was more with my mother than I was my father, except when it came to work. And I know if my mother went to the grocery store, my mother was an avid fisherman. And I can remember her waking me up sometime 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to get ready to go fishing. Not my pops, my mom's. That's some of the fondest memories I have of growing up as a child. My mother taking me fishing. It's not taking anything away from my dad.
Shit. Now I run every kind of bitch, every kind of place, and I know one thing. When it comes down on you, you either collectivize or you run.
You either collectivize or you run like a scared rat. It seems to me, Angry Man, from the collection that I've done, because remember I said I had several hours of footage, but it seems to me throughout the history of you, you have ran from pillar to post, from your grandmother, from your father, from your mother, from your sister, onto the YouTube streets. The history of you shows me that you're nothing but a failure. And the only place that you could become somebody was YouTube. That's the only place that you can be important, because in your real life, real people know who you are, and real people can call you out for your ain't shitness. Listen.
Like a solitary rat.
Well, in the last apartment that I had, he was being super disrespectful, not appreciating.
I remember that.
Yeah,
he certainly had to keep a foot off in his behind.
Yeah, he was being super disrespectful, and it kind of reached its peak one day where I had to put hands on him.
Wow.
This is 4 years ago that this man just admitted on a stream, on a live stream, that he had put hands on his young son. For whatever reason, if you decided to discipline your son, there's a difference between putting hands on your child and disciplining your child. Angry Man, I don't think you knew the difference because you just said it. I had to put a hand. So basically, you just told the world that you was fighting your son like you would fight a stranger in the street. That's just what you just said. You didn't say you disciplined your son. You said I had to put hands on him like you was fighting some nigga. And you wonder why folks don't like you.
Okay.
So you had Tariq Lane all over the table at that moment.
Yeah, I had Tariq up in there. The only difference between me and James is I wasn't gonna wait until it turned into a monster.
Real talk.
Okay.
I showed my, I showed my force. Like, look, this guy go down. Like, I'm not playing these games with you. You know what I'm saying?
So Angry Man, let me ask you, how did you show your force? You showed your force so much that the kid decided to say, I don't want to be with you no more. I'd rather go home and stay with my daddy, because I can feel y'all folks in on the rest of the story. What happened is the kid said, fuck it, I'm ready to go. He even left his phone behind. I'm just want to go. I'm going. So Angry Man thought he was punishing the kid by saying, all right, you want to leave? You want to go be with your mama? I'm going to keep your damn phone too. That's what real men do, huh? That's what real men do.
So You know, he's still who he is.
Right.
Because just like Ghost, you know what I'm saying, Tariq has Ghost in him, he has me in him. So I know why he acts that way. I know why he operates that way. But a lot of it has been fueled by his mom.
Right. Well, that's why I wrote a blog piece probably like a year and a half ago. I wrote it.
Now I run every kind of bitch, every kind of place, and I know one thing. When it comes down on you, you either collectivize or you run.
There he goes again. He couldn't collectivize, so he ran. He ran straight into SBE. Where Ty City at when you named him? Shame, blame, and explain. Thought you said SBE wouldn't go catch on, Angry Man, because that's just what you did. Shamed your woman, blamed her, and tried to explain your way out of why you were such a shitty parent. Instead of saying, you know what? Me and my son didn't get along. He was better off with his mother for whatever reasons. But, you know, blah, blah, blah. We still have this now. From what I understand, one of your sons has a budding rap career somewhere. Why you never played none of his music? Why you never talked about it? I have some nieces that's in the music industry, and I think Shari, you've listened to my radio show before. I have a sister that has a pretty good voice. Shari, you've listened to my radio show before. Haven't you heard me play them before? Sure have. Sure have. You have a son that has a budding rap career. I understand he's supposed to be pretty halfway decent. Not even an honorable mention on his Pops channel. But you can sit around in a live stream. Not only disrespect your son once by beating him up, now disrespecting him again by talking about it to 3 men that he don't even know anything about.
Like a solitary rat.
2 Generation X black men. And it was about, well, all right, you know, I'm Generation X. We grew up complaining about our fathers and crying about them being absent. But I'm in my mid-40s.
I respect you.
There's a point where the narrative changes because now I get it. And I can actually look back at the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. I can see my father's generation, and I can understand in a way I couldn't as a child what exactly they went through.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff was kind of new at the time, no fault divorce, all that. So they didn't fully grasp what was happening to them in many instances in that moment. But fast forwarding to 2000 and whatever, I can now look back and say, okay, I get it. And I sat down with my father. I sat down with my father's best friend. And by the time I was done explaining where I'd come to and what I understood, to see my father and my godfather actually shed a tear. Because they were like that. Nobody in our son's generation actually ever articulated that they got it.
My father for a
Okay, well, what did they get? This business, this idea that BGS and Angry Man and all that's talking about, saying that black women kicked men out of the home in the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s. That's not true. Some of you black men left the home simply because why? Because you wasn't shit. Angry Man, I want y'all to listen to the conversation. So far, you have not heard nothing about a stable home environment from Angry Man. He was not raised by his mom. He was not raised by his pop. He was sometime on and off by his grandmother. He, out of his own mouth, he did not get to know his mother until the age of 18. So let me ask you, how could you give anyone advice on growing up when your life growing up was in such fucking turmoil? Absolutely does. And for when I understand, GMT shut that down. He exposed the stepdaughter for being that over there on Instagram. Although you over there talking about what black women do, from what I understand, your stepdaughter was doing this very same thing, busting it open for the gram. Not my words. But this is the history of you, Angry Man. There's a whole lot more I could have talked about, but that's not my business. I'm just pointing out the obvious, and this is the obvious. That number one, although you say you have close to 1 million subs, that's bullshit. We've seen that. We saw your chat. Those shit don't add up. I've been in your chat room now enough to know that the amount of people that you say that's watching you is not the amount of people that's there. Okay, if you bought some subs, if you bought some bots or whatever to beef your chat room up, that's on you. But we ain't falling for it no more. We're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe no more.
Bunch of shit.
Right.
Because I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it more. Like, the crazy thing is, now that I'm an adult, I see, like, I wasn't really raised with my mother, thank God. But I can see her issue.
Ladies, when you hear a man say that, haul ass, run, haul ass. When you hear a man say, thank God that I was not raised with my mother, haul ass, run. Because that is a he-man-woman hater. Wait a minute, Black Hawk. You're going to hear something here that I'm going to point out here in a minute. You're going to hear something that tells me not only, Angry Man, are you a bullshitter, you are a liar on top of that. And not only do you lie on yourself, you lie on your family. You lie on your mother. I'm going to show you how your entire life is absolutely out of your own mouth. Because I listen before I speak. If you could see this clip, it would say, you know how every time you record something and you don't change the title, go 1, 2, or 3. I think this is the third one for me here. So I've done this 3 times. So I've heard some of what you said on a constant basis now, though I can almost verbatim tell you that you're full of shit. When you're full of shit. It's coming up here in just a minute. Watch.
Mm-hmm. And I can look at my father and see what he probably had to deal with. Not only in her, but it's just in women in general.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I really can look back at it and say, okay, I see what, but I never was on some, you know, my dad, this, that, and the third in reference to my mother. I never really got in between that. You know, neither one of them like each other to this day. But my issue with my father was what went on between me and him. Our little back and forth, our little disagreements or whatever. But I understood it after I got older. I said, okay, I completely understand this. You know what I'm saying? And I told my son one day, I said, look, I said, whatever issues that we have between me and you, you're going to have to understand one day that you're going to have to make peace with whatever you got against.
No, you don't. Basically, shame, blame, and explain. Let me tell you, I can be as your daddy. I can be I can be the worst piece of shit in the world to you. But sooner or later, you're gonna have to come to grips with that. No, he doesn't, or no, she doesn't. She don't have to come to grips with that. That has nothing to do with the relationship with you and that child's mother, male or female. For some reason, whatever reason you was not around, that's you can't tell that child how to adapt and to adjust to that. You can't tell that child that you gotta let that go, that I wasn't around. It's not for you to decide that. So that's more of a force. And for you young brothers over there that's taking this advice, don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Don't have children and try to say, well, this came from the Angry Man standards. You want to go and get this 134-page book, subtitles included.
me because sooner or later your son is going to have to make peace with you. You know, whatever it is that this cycle has to come to a stop. Like it has to come to a stop, some way, shape, or form.
But I get the impression that all three of y'all came to understand this earlier than most. I didn't really get it until I'd say mid-30s. You know, after my wife passed, I was able to really kind of stand outside of what I thought was everyday life, and I started to see things I never did. But Rom, BGS, Valdez, all three of you strike me as brothers that came to these conclusions fairly early. Is that accurate?
Yeah, you're forced to.
I came to that conclusion at 19.
Mine was 11 years old.
Yeah. Well, my father wasn't in my life, but I had early. But I had a lot of surrogate fathers, ranging from Cliff Huxtable to a real life ghost.
So your mama was a tramp. What's up there, Zero? So your mama was a tramp, basically what you say. So your mama had multiple men coming in and out of the house. So you learned a little bit from each one of them. Angryman just said he didn't meet his mother till the age of 18. And he understood that women were fucked up at the age of 19. So a year after meeting your mother for the very first time, you could deduce that everything that was wrong in the relationship between her and your daddy was her fault. That's when your eyes became open. In BGS, you said that you could deduce that at the age of 11, that everything that was going wrong between you and your mama and your daddy was her fault. That's the master teacher, and that is Valdez telling y'all that at those early ages, they knew that women wasn't shit. This is the same master teacher that's holding on to pictures of Pam Grier, thinking that his ex-wife or his ex-fiance is a man that's never been married. Well, that was married to a woman that's still referring to her as his ex-fiance. Where they do that at? This is two grown men that's still talking about their high school days. What the fuck? You acting like Al Bundy. My greatest accomplishment was my 4 touchdowns in high school. What I did. What did you do? Angryman. Oh, I forgot. You didn't even graduate fucking high school. Good question, Black Hawk. Angryman, can you ask that? So if your mama didn't raise you, why'd you have to go to your grandmother? Which grandma raised you? Was it your grandmother, your paternal grandmother on your daddy's side, or your paternal grandmother on your mama's side? Which one of them grandparents raised you? Because it seems to me, from what I've heard from you, you did not get along with your mama's side of the family. That's what it seems to me, from the layman's terms. I told y'all this was going to be a long stream. I'm glad I'm long-winded.
Yeah,
so I saw a lot of angles and stuff, and every single one, regardless of what side of the spectrum they on, made sure they told me some right shit. They didn't tell me, boy, I ain't have any issues with them. Well, most of them, and even the ones I might have had some issue with, there was some tough love there, I ain't gonna lie. But even then, I learned from them. So
I had something similar. Like I said, I was raised mostly by my grandmother and would go back and forth to my father's house. It wasn't until I turned 18 that I started being around my mother. And at the time, my mother was married to my stepfather, who very intelligent brother from Brooklyn, just like my father, but he had a master's degree in psychology. Very intelligent brother, but unfortunately in that part of Virginia, because he was such an opinionated guy, like if something happened that was racist or something, he would write a freaking article and put it in the newspaper. So they kind of blackballed him. He couldn't get a job in his respective field, so he had to become a owner-operator, like a truck driver.
So let that make sense just now, folks. Y'all heard what he said. He said that this guy was a doctorate, and because he was putting some stuff in the local newspapers that folks didn't agree with. That blackballed him. It makes sense to y'all? I don't know whether his father remarried or not, to be quite honest with you, Black Hawk. But that was one of the questions. Once the mother got remarried, why did you not meet your mother until the age of 18? Why were you not around your mother to the age of 18? That's a booming question for me. Not out of my mouth. I'm not speculating. These are things that you have said tonight. As Bernie Mac would say, tonight. I think this is the crust of all of your problems right here, Angry Man. That mama issue. That you, for 18 years of your life, you wasn't around your mom. And all women got to pay for that. Hence, that's why you can get on a panel and argue with a woman at the drop of a hat. Hence, that's why you can call a woman the B word at the drop of a hat. Not only did you fight your mama, you fought your sisters as well. And there's a point in time that your sisters took you in because you didn't agree with what your sisters was having you do. Cursed them out and got the hell on. The vagabond lifestyle that is Angry Man. But there it is, Angry Man. This is your YouTube life. No man, no one should know this much information about you on YouTube. No one should know this much information about you on YouTube.
And I watched the interaction between him and my mother, but I watched it from the position of being an outsider because I didn't have that bond with my mother. So I'm literally watching things go on. I'm watching as my sister, who does have.
You were an outsider. You were a grown man. I want you to understand something, Angry Man, because in your terms, you were a grown man at 18 years old. At 18 years old, I was looking to leave the nest, not come back into it. So that's my question to you, Angry Man. At 18 years old, what made you think to decide that the best place for you was to pick up camp at your mama's house? Why didn't you go into the military? Why didn't you go do a trade somewhere else? Matter of fact, why didn't you go do your own thing? Because you had nothing. You had nothing. You had absolutely nothing. The failure to launch. Launch what? What could he launch? He had nothing to go in because he said he didn't graduate high school. He had nothing to fall back on. Yeah, he said that one time before too. Somewhere that's in my archives there, Black Hawk, that he said that his grandmother was Irish because someone had said something despicable about the Irish folks, and he so-called himself defended the Irish people, saying that his grandmother was Irish, and you shouldn't talk about the Irish people like that. Yeah, he did say that. See, Angry Man, people know your history. Enough of us have been around long enough to know your history, brother, to know your history of you that you ain't shit.
Have that bond with my mother, do little nitpicky things to start arguments between the two of them. And I'm watching how my mother was taking my sister's side, even though my sister was dead wrong. Wow. And I remember feeling like being on his side, even though this is my mother, because I'm like, I see what's going on. It finally reached its peak where my sister did something really disrespectful to him, and he got upset and angry and, chastised my sister, and my sister went back and told my mother that he hit her, which was a lie. Wow. And then they got into this huge argument.
Well, let me ask you something, Angry Man. How do you know that it was a lie? How do you know the dynamics of that particular family? Because you said you felt like an outsider. Right. And thank you. Thank you, Dark Man. Dark Man Jeff, treating this as if it is therapy. Your mother didn't raise you. Say it again, Black Hawk. Your mother didn't raise you. Your mother had nothing to do with you in raising you, because according to you, the last time that she had you is when she had you. You didn't see her again, or you didn't meet her again. You didn't know her again until you were 18. Not words out of my mouth, not speculating. Words from your mouth, Angry Man.
It ultimately ended in them getting a divorce. And it's like, you know, and even to this day, you know, my mother, you know, she's where she's at, you know, she's disabled, so she can't work anymore. So she has an apartment, a small apartment.
I want y'all to understand this now. I want y'all to understand this. Listen to what he says. She's disabled and she has a small apartment. Listen to what he says. A little bit later on, though. What do you say? I think he does, ABT. I think he does have abandonment issues. I think he's never gotten over the fact that, and maybe this is harsh to say, but I will, that his mama didn't want him and his daddy didn't want him. His grandmother was the only one that wanted him. His grandmother was the only one that was there for him. Because he said at the age of 18, when he met his biological mother, his real daddy was nowhere around. He was being influenced by his stepdaddy. And then in that relationship itself was traumatic and full of turmoil, according to him and the sisters. The sister and the mother and the stepdaddy didn't get along, which led the mother and the father, the stepdaddy, not to get along, which led to their divorce. Again, throughout your life, Angry Man, throughout your life, Angry Man, turmoil. Either you collectivize or you run. You've been running. Either you collectivize or you run like a scared rat.
Or whatever. But him, from there, he went back and got his doctorate. He has his doctorate now. He's still a owner operator. He has his freaking house that's out of this fucking world. And I'm just sitting there looking at it like, you know, I see where the problem is, even if she didn't see where the problem was. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, and then you have my sister who's in her situation where, you know, she has a little job, menial job or whatever, and she's finally able to get her a small house or whatever. And one day she was complaining about struggling. This is back when she was still in her apartment and couldn't find work or whatever. And she was sitting there literally complaining about being in the struggle and how life is tough and all of this. And I looked in the face and I told her, I said, well,
wait. I want y'all to hear something. Well, you're going to hear it, but I want y'all to understand. I know I've said this before, but I want y'all to listen to what he thinks that's rightfully his and what he says to his sister. Listen to this. What he says to his sister.
You sold our birthright out. She said, what you mean by that? I said, yo, when Ma was with, you know who, he was making a killing. He was a very successful. Who's in her situation where, you know, she has a little job, menial job or whatever, and she's finally able to get her a small house or whatever. And one day she was complaining about struggling. This is back when she was still in her apartment and couldn't find work or whatever. And she was sitting there literally complaining about being in the struggle and how life is tough and all of this. And I looked in the face and I told her, I said, well, you sold our birthright out.
No, Angry Man, your sister did not sell your birthright out from your stepdaddy. Your birthright came from your biological parents. Your sister was looking for a come up like you was. because your daddy wasn't shit. That's not your birthright. Your birthright is what your birth parents leave behind for you or establish for you. That is your birthright. In this case, the birthright for me was the property that my parents acquired over the years. That's my birthright. The place that I'm staying right now is my birthright because my biological parents built this house with the intent that long after I'm gone, not only for my children, but their children and their children's children, that I hope this house will be alive. That will be my children's birthright. You know why? Because I can pass my birthright on to from my father and my mother on to my children. That's birthright. I don't have if my mother got married to someone else, what that man created is not my birthright, especially as if he has biological children. Your sister did not sell your birthright down the river, as he says. Let me read this. Crazy thing is, women usually stay in abusive situations, whether it's the partner or the child, for birthright. He thinks mom should have believed in his stepdaddy. That's right. He was willing to say, take whatever you can from him, because in the outcome, you're gonna come up. We got a similar situation to that right going on in the YouTube streets now with Daryl Long and MJ. That's another one of the popular YouTube fuckeries that's going on around here. And this is the case of what you were just speaking of right there, ABT. A woman knowing better was selling for less anyway. And this is what Angryman, that's what you was asking your mother and your sister to do. So we could come up later on in life, or in life, because this man got a doctorate and he has his own trucking company. He got big bank. Let us come up. You should just sit there and suffer. Take the consequences of whatever you want to do, however he wants to act, because you owe us that. That's our birthright. The fuck?
He said, what you mean by that? I said, yo, when Ma was with, you know who, he was making a killing. He was a very successful man. I even had conversations with him where you were in school for cosmetology. He was going to buy you a shop. He was going to give you your own shop. And then he had the means to do it. I said, by you getting in between them and doing all that childish shit you did, you set all of this in motion. And this is the main reason. And she'll call me complaining to me, talking about Mom won't get out of my business. Of course she's not going to get out of your business. You ruined her relationship. She may never admit it to you, but in the back of her mind, she knows that part of the reason she's struggling is because she picked you over her husband.
Now, whether I agree with that or not, I don't see too many women, especially if you have grown children, choosing their children over a man, unless that dude that she knows ain't worth a shit. And it seems to me, Angryman, from what you're describing, is that your mother might have made the right decision by choosing her daughter over the ain't shitness of the man that you think, because he had money, should have been your mother should have held on to. Why? Because she probably was never going to find someone else like him. There is no more guys out there that could possibly own trucks. There's no more guys out there that could possibly get PhDs or BSs or A's or degrees or anything like that. Your mother just stuck in perpetual state of ain't shitness because of that one dude. And your sister's gonna rot right along in the jail with him. Let's do some more.
Instead of just telling the truth, you're a bunch of inferior men. Just say that. Just say you are a bunch of inferior men.
Wouldn't, according to the scenario, Angryman, that we just heard, wouldn't your biological father be considered an inferior man? Just say that, angry man. Just say that my biological father was an inferior man. Just say that my stepfather could have possibly been an inferior man, according to your logic. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, angry man. Come on with it.
Because there's plenty of dudes out here that ain't having these problems. I'm tired of it. There's plenty of guys out here that ain't having these problems at every financial level. I know broke niggas that ain't having these problems out there with them.
Because maybe angry man, maybe they're, even though they're broke, or maybe they're, maybe they're pocket broke, but maybe they're treating their women with respect and dignity. And sometimes maybe that's all, or maybe that's all a woman wants. Maybe she's willing to be in the struggle with you. Maybe she's willing to overlook some of your flaws and some of your some of the flaws in your character or your work ethics, because she cares about you that much, or because she loves you that much, or because she wants to see you succeed. So maybe some women do hold on too long. Maybe they do. Maybe some men do the same thing. Maybe some men hold on too long. Maybe some men don't see the handwriting on the wall that this is not the woman for you. But instead, what you'll do, some men will go out and unalive them. Some men will be, and like you and BGS and a few of the others, in a perpetual state of bitch-assness about what these women have done to you over the years. That's what I'm seeing, and that's what I'm hearing.
You know what's in the comment section? A bunch of niggas saying the same shit he's saying. A bunch of niggas crying.
Really?
Like this dude right here.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing on earth is to think a woman won't leave you, especially if she lives a soft life. Oh, you.
Well, see, again, this is again what I'm saying, angry man. Pot belly, 3 sandwich eating, no content having motherfucker. Self-explanatory. There's no relationship that's that's foolproof. You don't know when that day is going to say that, you know what, this is not working anymore. I don't think anybody goes into a relationship knowing that it's going to fail. Sometimes you just don't have things in common anymore. Sometimes they say that you fall out of love, or you fall out of lust, or you fall out of things to complain about, or to care about, or to cry about. It's like this thing is, when you start having to find the reasons why you want to be somewhere, leave. When I was married, I could find millions and millions of reasons to why I wanted to be married. All it took me was one, to know that I didn't want to be. And I'm sure that's all it took her, was one, to realize that, you know what, this ain't working for either one of us. We don't talk. We don't sleep in the same bed. We don't do nothing together anymore. Let's go ahead and dissolve this.
So worried about your woman leaving you. Whoever this is, Jason or whatever. You so worried about your woman leaving you. What's wrong, nigga? You ain't eating solid food yet? You ain't eating solid food yet? You need.
And that should, to be honest with you, and this may seem kind of, but that should be on the back mind of any man. The same thing it took to keep her, the same thing it took to get your baby is the same thing it's going to take to keep her. That's not that's an old song from way back when, the 70s. But to me, that's whole true. Whatever you did to get this woman interest, If you stop doing it, don't you think you're going to lose her interest?
Your woman there so you can suckle at her breast?
I am too.
You needed her to wipe your behind?
I am too. I am surprised.
I ain't never in my life seen such a group of weak ass men, bro.
I have.
Are you dudes slow? Are you slow? Are you okay? That Negro kept pushing me to answer his hypothetical question.
Okay. I'm on allegedly. Angelica, I'm going to say that I've heard that before. I can't confirm or deny it, but allegedly, the reason why that they're not, well, some folks can't find a birth certificate on, I'm not a birth certificate, a marriage certificate on those two lovebirds is because if they get married, there's a whole set of dynamics. Somebody gonna have to give up that section. Not couch sectional. Not that 8-piece couch sectional. You know what I'm saying? Trying to say? Rent's gonna go up if they get married. You know what I mean? You get me?
In fact, let me scroll back up and go back to it.
These are the things that I knew was going to happen, so I know I'm going to have to address them because these are things that I know. And I'm also one of those things that I know. I'm going to put allegedly in front of it. Allegedly, he is supposed to have left the woman that he's with now to entertain the services of another woman, come back to this woman, and just like Journey, she welcomed him with open arms. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. Allegedly. That's what I heard, Dark Man. That's what I heard allegedly. I've heard it enough places.
A hypothetical question.
You could be a lame nigga, stand up guy. No. Y'all taking them to the wall.
Fam, how many of y'all up here dressed like Will Smith on the Fresh Prince? Being on the internet. You want me to tell you what's gonna happen if she decides?
No, if the chick don't listen, don't tell me about what's not going to happen. Tell me about what.
You want me? Now you hear that? I told him specifically, it ain't gonna happen. I don't exist in that reality. So to the dude in the comment section talking about how we go to if she leave, I'ma keep it pushing. That's how we got to that.
So, Angryman, you hear that? No, women don't only leave lames. Women leave powerful men too. Ask Tom Brady. Ask the list goes on. You can ask Eddie Murphy. The list goes on of men of substance, men of important, men in Hollywood places, men in important places in the world. Did he just say that women only leave lames? They don't leave good men? Well, I guess I'm a lame then. I guess I'm a lame. I guess so.
Because 2K kept trying to set up his damn straw man argument. What are you going to do if she does this? What are you going to do if she leaves? You want me to tell you what's going to happen if she decides to do that? Tell me. I don't give a fuck. Because if she left. No, stop. No, stop. Stop the presses. No, stop the presses.
Now I run every kind of bitch, every kind of place, and I know one thing. When it comes down on you, you either collectivize or you run.
Or you run like a scared rat. There you go, running again. There you go, running again. Common theme for Angry Man, isn't it? This is the common theme that I noticed throughout when I was putting these pieces together. As I said, I took this apart, I took that stream from this, but then, you know, it all started coming together to me like a pieces of a puzzle. And then when you start seeing the whole picture yourself, you'll see that this motherfucker, this no content, 3 sandwich eating motherfucker has never accomplished anything of substance. Never have, never will. Never had and never will. He is who he is. And there's your uncle to tell you. You got the collective vibes.
Like a solitary rat.
First of all, if a woman that I'm with decides to get on some bullshit, my life don't stop, my nigga. No, my world is not my world.
I thought that too, ladies and gentlemen. I thought that too. But has my life changed since my divorce? Absolutely, it has. There was a point in time that, during the earlier stages of my divorce, I guess they called it the different stages of grief. There was a point in time that I dislike. I won't say that I dislike women. I just didn't feel like dealing with them. There's a point in time if I ran into a woman with the same name as my ex-wife, fuck that. We all deal with disappointment and grief and heartache in all different ways. But to live in perpetual complaint mode about what some woman did to you is what I see here from these guys. To live perpetually in the idea that you was not raised by your mama or your daddy, or because you and your sister had an argument from some time ago, and not go on with your life as a grown man. This is what I'm seeing from Angry Man. 2 minutes, 2 hours and 56 seconds, 56 minutes, 16 seconds, 17 seconds of this. This is what I've seen. Not me. Not me. Unless you have children, that's the only reason that you should be dealing with an ex. That's what they are, for ex for a reason. Whatever reason you two didn't get along, you're not going to get along. The only reason you should be dealing with an ex is if you have children by that ex.
Does not revolve around how she operate and how she moves, my nigga.
Being taken by your logic. You just told me if she don't do that, then she don't respect him. He lame. So if she walk out your life, she don't respect you, and you lame.
But you're making a fucking argument about a goddamn hypothetical, and then you turned around and told me I can't answer it the way. Nigga, you're trying to create the scenario so you can make yourself right. If I said this,
that's how you be able to prove my point that there's nothing that you can do.
No, you said, this is what you said. You said, I don't want to hear about it's not going to happen. That's what you said.
All you did was tell me there's nothing that you can do. You got no solution, bro.
By me answering the question, no, because you don't want to hear the goddamn solution because your fucking world revolves around a bitch. You don't want to hear this.
And there it is.
No best solution.
As soon as Angry Man, as soon as you start losing the argument, this is what you resort to. Screaming and yelling. This shows me that you're a man of lack of intelligence. That when all else fails, when you have nothing else, you resort to arguing, cursing out, screaming. Oh, right. I did that. I did something on that jewelry. I have this particular software that if you put it onto something, it'll take you to exactly where that particular item exists at. So we blew up and we put that chain that he wears and some of that watches that he wears, and they all came from discount places. They all came from discount places. Walmart, Wally World. You can go back into my channel. I don't know which one of those Angry Man videos that you'll find it at, but you'll find it probably within the last 6 or 7 months. I would suggest to start there, but you'll find it that all that jewelry that he's wearing gonna turn his damn neck green.
Solution is letting the bitch leave. Who won? You don't want to hear. You don't want to hear the solution. The solution is letting the bitch leave. The solution. This nigga said, if your solution is letting the chick leave, who won?
It depends. It depends.
These
If the
niggas,
solution,
these niggas don't want.
again, this is your king right here. If the solution to a bad situation is to relieve that relationship, who wins? Both of you win. You don't have the heartache anymore. You don't have the anguish. You don't have the argument anymore of who's going to be right or wrong. It's just that who's win. Now, if you're talking about the financial aspect of it, who wins? Let the court's going to have to decide that.
Relationships with women. They want hostages. They want slaves. Because here's the thing. If a woman is disrespecting me and don't want to be with me, and then she leave me, how the fuck is that a loss? How's that a loss?
It ain't.
The only way
y'all slow dragging over there in the
if
corner.
a woman leaves you is if she was a good woman and was doing everything she was supposed to do, and you fucked up, and she said, I'm not doing this no more, and she left. That's the only way it's a loss. This is why his argument is a stupid argument. Because if the woman don't respect you, and the woman is coming at you crazy, and she decides to leave, she did you a fucking favor.
And they'll ask me, well, why haven't you came to visit? Why haven't you, I keep my distance because I know, I'm not going to allow y'all to pull me into that foolishness that ultimately ends up, the 48 laws of power says to steer clear of people that are miserable, and unlucky and unhappy.
And first of all, folks, any man, any grown motherfucker that sits and quotes the 48 laws of power, beware. That's all I'm gonna tell you about that.
Because it'll rub off on you. So I, visit from time to time. I feed people with a long-handled spoon. But I learned a lot from not only my father, but my stepfather. And they've always told me to steer clear of people that do things like that. And, part of my entrepreneurial attitude comes from my stepfather. Because he would tell me constantly, I'd be like, I need a job. He's like, make a job. He would tell me stuff like that all the time. So it's like, I'm sitting there like, okay, how are you? I can never have this conversation with my mother because she'll go off. She'll snap out if I have this conversation. But if I was to really...
Angry man, you shouldn't be going to a woman anyway at the age of 18, 19, 20 years old asking about what should I do about my life. You should have been going to your fathers, your uncles, maybe your peers, or some of those folks around you. That's the last question that a 19, 20-year-old man should be asking a woman. What should I do next? But see, to me, this is the whole circumference of the bubble, Angry Man. You have an Oedipus complex, but you don't know it. You want every woman that's around you to be your mother. You want every woman that's in your circle to mother you, and not only from the woman that you're living with, from the woman that you meet in these YouTube streets too. And as soon as they show that they don't want to do the things for you, you treat them just as your mother did, as you treated your mother. I don't like her no more. I don't want to be around her no more. Hell, she was never there for me, so that's expected of me. That's expected of her. All your deep-seated, rooted problems of why you despise women so much comes from those 18 years that you did not spend with your mother. Comes from those 2 to 3 to 4 years to where you tried to build a relationship with your mother, but it was too late because you was a grown man. Instead of going on with your life and allowing the relationship possibly to mend itself, I told you, you got mom issues. And I'm not the only one that sees that. You got mama issues. You got the my mama wasn't there issues. That's what you got, angry man.
Be able to have that conversation with her, I'd say, well, look, you won. And you didn't even realize you had won. Like, you had everything laid out. You won. You know, the odds of you coming across another guy who has a freaking master's degree from NYU, another guy that had that sort of drive and ambition, that is rare. You're not going to come across that again. Right. You know, but that's indicative of the vast majority of women that come from the boomer generation and Gen X.
No, it's not. That's indicative of the type of women that you and your folks is around. That's not indicative of the ladies from the boomer and the Gen X generations. That's indicative of the folks you hang around. But basically, angry man, are you telling me that your mama and your grandmama ain't shit?
They'll be winning and they'll throw away the fact that they're winning for something foolish.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Because that's not what they want.
Yeah, and that's crazy. That whole concept is crazy, but yeah.
I respect your
It was that
ambition, really, but you
whole
got to have vision.
fiasco that went on.
Every kind of place, and I know one thing.
500.
When it comes down on you, you either
I don't know who you are, but welcome in.
Or you run like a solitary rat.
That set my mind in the motion that, okay, you know what? There's some goofy shit going on here. And it's not what we were told it is.
Right.
You see, because if she tell it, she left him because he was an abusive dude, which is a lie.
How do you know that, angry man? How would you say up on the stream against some men that you don't know, taking that to say that your mother left this relationship because she said she left this relationship because it was an abusive relationship, and you now saying that it was a lie? But you was on the outside looking in earlier, remember? But listen to this. There's more to this. Wait.
You know, it's a flat out lie.
Why else would she leave a winner?
Exactly.
Got to have an excuse.
Why else would she leave a winner? See, this is the point, folks. These are guys like BGS, the master teacher, Dr. T. Hassan, the angry mans of the world, that make you think because you got some money that you're a winner. That makes you think because you have a piece of paper that says you're a PhD that you're a winner as a man. The measure of a man is not what's his educational value or how much money he has in his pocket. BGS, Angry Man, Dr. T. Hassan.
Damn.
What's she gonna tell her girls? I just left him because he was successful. Really?
And just to give you an idea, when we left, he didn't even take anything except his truck. He left her everything, which you know was like $3 million in assets.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so like he left her everything. Okay. She
wait a minute now. Wait a minute. This was 4 years ago. That this guy, Angry Man, this is 2024. I recorded this from 4 years ago, so this was 2020 when he said that his mother had over $3 million in assets. But you heard him earlier in this very same stream that we said, folks, that his mother was an invalid living in a small apartment. Which one is it? So, Angry Man, was your mother that much of a wasteful person that someone left her $3 million to the good and she blew it? Is that what you tried to tell these other three men on that panel? That your mother came up $3 million, as you call it, your birthright, and didn't share it with you, and she blew it all? Is that what you're really mad at?
He couldn't maintain it. You know.
Damn.
You want to leave with a clean conscience? Huh?
Yeah, he left and built some more shit. Like, yeah. If I can show you that house he lives in, man, it's ridiculous. I just looked at it like, because I'm still friends with him on Facebook. I'm looking, he's standing there in front of his house that he just bought, and he got pictures on the inside and stuff, grinning from ear to ear.
What do you call it? Addition by subtraction?
Yeah.
Wow.
You a quitter, nigga. Open up a fucking rehab clinic.
You a quitter, nigga. Everything about your life so far leads to that one statement, Angry Man, that you are a quitter. Everything about your life, just like Money Monday, just like Taco Tuesday, just like Ain't Shit Wednesday, just like Frantic Friday, or all these other damn shits that you've tried to start over the years. They've all come down to one thing: unfinished business. Unfinished business, Angry Man.
Rehab clinic, nigga. You a fucking quitter. I'm gonna put this round back. We gonna put back to the front. And she following nigga.
Hey, 2K, here's the problem, though. Here's the problem. You're talking in hypotheticals, because my wife does what the I tell her to do. You talk but hypotheticals. You talking in hypotheticals. It ain't no what if. Here, my nigga. This ain't a one-off comic book. Ain't no what ifs over here. It just is what it is, goddammit.
Hey, I know that room soundproof, because she come through that door and you gonna get it.
Who?
She gonna get it. You gonna get it, Bella. Hey.
What the hell are to do? You want me to scream it louder?
Hey,
go ahead. House. You want me to scream it louder?
20 push-ups. Like that. Hey, you know, hey.
You want me to scream it louder?
Alright, girl. I'm done, bro.
Damn house, I run this motherfucker. Don't nobody else run this bitch.
She at work, man.
Yeah, she at work. That's why you was able to get away with all that screaming in there. She at work. And here's what Black Hawk, this is what he normally does. When he can't get the best of anybody on a stream, this is what he'll do. He needs verification, so he'll pick up the phone and call his chick. Watch.
Yeah. So I'm reviewing this video where I was on a panel with a dude by the name of 2K, right? And we were going back and forth, and he was like basically on some. You remember I said something to you about the other day where he was saying, you know, what you gonna do if your woman leave you, or what you gonna do if your woman don't do what you ask her to do, and blah blah blah, right? And so I'm trying to answer the nigga. I said, look, if you in a relationship with a woman and she don't, he was like, what if you tell her to do something and she don't do it? I said, bro, he said, what's the solution? I said, bro, there ain't no solution. You can't make a grown person do something they don't want to do. The goal is to be in a relationship with a woman that does want to do what you ask her to do, right? So
he's weak. This is a sign of a
like,
weak man right here.
The solution is to leave.
Your solution is to break up. That ain't no solution.
This
You
is the
ain't making
sign.
do nothing
This
and
is,
blah blah.
you know what this reminds me of? When I was a kid in grade school and I didn't get along with somebody, and I went home and I couldn't wait to tell my mama what kind of day I had. Hey, mama, and you know what else he said? And yeah, and the teacher didn't. Right, and the mother's just like, you know, she's trying to listen to you because you're her child. She's trying to give you some kind of aid and some comfort. And this is what I see his wife doing or his girlfriend doing on the other end. Right, he's coming home telling his mama that the other dudes in the playground wasn't playing fair with him. They was picking at me, mama. They was saying that I couldn't yell in my own house. Them guys were saying that I'm not the king of this castle, mommy. Listen to him.
Blah, right? And so I said, well, first of all, you keep asking hypotheticals. I said, I can't give you my personal experience of that because that's not my experience right now. I said, my wife does what I tell her to do. I said, I'm not in that situation right now, right? And so he says, all I know is you better, because I yelled at him, right? He said, all I know is that room must be soundproof because if she hear you, she gonna come in there and you gonna be in trouble.
Well, Black Hole, let me pause and speak on that. Like I said, this is the expose. So I don't mind this. Honestly, I'm going to be quite honest with you. This is probably the last time I'm going to do something on the Angry Man. This is probably the last stream that I ever do on the Angry Man. Not unless he does something so catastrophic that I have to say something on it. But I'm going to say this. There is absolutely no way with the amount of streaming that he's doing, sun up to sundown, that he's on all these different panels, that he's over here, that he's over there, that he's uploading this short, that he's doing this short, that he's doing this, that he could be taking care of his woman as a man. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? When do you have time for it? If you're streaming it from 10 o'clock in the morning to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, then again, I see you again from 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Then I see you again from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Is you only fucking for a few minutes in the daytime? When do you have time to do anything else? Because the majority of the time that I see you, you're on a live stream. You don't have time to change the thumbnails of a live stream sometimes. You just use the same one. So how you telling me you got time to lay with your woman to take care of your husbandly deeds? I want to know. I'm sure other inquiring mind would like to know, because I know one damn thing for sure. I've been on this stream now almost over 3 hours now, and I guarantee if I was married, my wife would have said, it's about time. Hey, how long you gonna be on there, mister? When is my time? When you gonna spend some time with me? I don't know what you mean. Could you explain this comment there, 500? Some of the elders messed up. What do you mean some of the elders messed up? Explain that one to me if you don't mind. And right behind it, explain those two comments right there. Your mama evil and some of the elders messed up. Meaning what? Are you saying that the angry man's mother is evil? I don't know the woman, so I can't say. I don't know what's the purpose of why Angry Man was not raised in her house. I can only speculate. I don't know. And to be quite honest with you, I really don't want to know. And have some of the elders messed up over the years? Of course. Some of the elders have made some grave mistakes. If you want to, Azahara, you have a wrench. So by all means, if you want to boot him, boot him. You know, I'd like to give people the benefit of the doubt, but if you're over here just to troll 500, if you're one of the Angry Man's minions, then this is what's going to happen to you.
And then he took it a step further, and somebody else said she at work. Somebody else was like she at work or whatever, and then I screamed out loud. I yelled out loud. You probably heard me that night. I yelled out loud. I said, "This is my motherfucking house. I run this motherfucker, And I'm sitting there like, okay,
Men
we waiting for
don't,
somebody to bust
angry
through the
man,
door.
men don't have to
And then
say
this nigga
that.
sitting there like, no.
Men don't have to make that proclamation that I run this house, this is my house. Men don't have to do that.
She at work.
Correct me if I'm wrong, ladies.
Listen, you better than me.
Why, for going back and forth with niggas?
Yeah,
And this is the point to where his girlfriend or his wife says to him, you know, I don't really want to deal with this shit. Why would you call me with this? Let me see if I can get it back to where what she actually comes in at. Let me see.
I run this motherfucker, and I'm sitting there like, okay, we waiting for somebody to bust through the door. And then nigga sitting there like, no, she at work.
See? That it usually accompanied with the shoulder shrug. Y'all, you know what I mean? That's that sound and that look that your mother gives you when it's like, okay, I really don't want to feel, I really don't feel like dealing with this, but I'm gonna have to. And that seems like what his wife said. Are you calling me with this bullshit? Why call me and involve me in your internet spats? Couldn't you have handled this by yourself, dear, honey? Why you needed to call me?
you better than me.
Why, for going back and forth with niggas?
Yeah, like, I'm not saying with your situation. Like, what would you ask me to do that I wouldn't want to do? Like,
and see, that's the,
want to do this. I don't do. I'm just saying, produce something legal.
And see, that's the point. As a man, what am I going to ask you to do that you shouldn't be doing?
Perfect. Perfect right there, Z. That's exactly it. She does a lot of what she does, but feel like hearing that nigga's mouth.
She don't do what you wanted to do. You know what they're talking about? They're talking about regular shit. See, what it is they're in relationships with women that every time they say something, the woman want to say the opposite of the shit. And so it's like, they're in a situation where it's like, if I said to you, babe, do me a favor. I'm gonna get some stuff to make tacos or whatever. I'm gonna order stuff to make tacos. We make tacos tonight, right? They're in relationships with chicks like, I'm not cooking tonight. I don't feel like cooking. That's what these niggas is talking about.
And that's the best your chat room is doing?
Because that would take a whole lot out of me.
Great balls of fire. Look, see, that's what I'm saying, folks.
Shit is weak as fuck. And then in the comment section of the video, there's a bunch of niggas in there saying shit like, the last thing on earth is to think that a woman won't leave you, especially if she lives a soft life. In other words, if you in a relationship with a woman and soft life is basically you taking care of the woman and buying everything she wants and all of that shit, she's still gonna leave you. This is the nigga scenario.
I'm not going anywhere. Two, that's dumb. Like, if you want something and then you get it, why would you, like I said the other day, why would you plot to leave it?
Because this is the part that these niggas is leaving out. Because when I first saw on the internet, motherfuckers saying, the plumber lied about losing his job and da-da-da-da, I was like, I'm not even gonna cover that story.
Wait now. See, this is the part that where not only are you a grifter, angry man, you are a liar as well. And maybe you think that sometimes that people won't go fact check you. Y'all heard him say just now that he did not cover the balloon guy, right? You heard him say that he'd not do a stream on that, right? Well, what the fuck is this, angry man?
And now he over there having to apologize because the plumber came back with receipts and proved what happened.
Wait a minute, angry man. Wait a minute. So you said you didn't do anything? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this, Angry Man? Wait a minute. Do I need to click on it? Do I need to prove to you that you did cover it? This is your live. This is some of your live streams right here from the past couple of weeks. 1, 2, 3. Here, let's click on it. There we go. Look.
After appearing on a YouTube dating show called Pop the Balloon or Find Love, hosted by Arlette Amuli. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Aaron's behavior on the show, which included alleged disrespectful remarks towards women who rejected him, led to significant backlash and ultimately his termination from work after critics called his workplace repeatedly. So Aaron made some remarks on the show that people considered to be controversial. The video went viral. It has accumulated over 1.5 million views. The reason why Aaron ended up getting terminated was because once they found out what his name was, and they called his job around 500 times.
Yeah, they did.
So Aaron went to Instagram to express his frustrations. And now on social media, there's a debate over the severity of the consequences. And, you know, in my personal opinion, this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Now, if we set aside the fact that, that he shouldn't have went on the show in the first place, and we really talk about the women's behavior, right? Why is it?
Now, this is one thing. This is one thing, Angry Man, I'm going to agree with you with. When you have baggage like that, folks, don't go on dating shows. When your shit is easily verifiable that you ain't shit, don't go on those dating shows. There's nothing wrong with dating shows. You remember back in the day, you used to have the newlywed game, the dating game, all kind of different game shows where they was trying to hook folks up. So there's nothing wrong with that. That's just a new way of doing things, the internet. You know, Melly Monaco does some type of show like that, a hookup show. Another chick does the kind of hookup show. So there's nothing wrong with those. But when you go on those type shows, make sure you got all your ducks in a row. And this guy didn't. And he was exposed for it.
His actions are perceived as disrespectful, but their actions aren't. It's ridiculous. It's like the world expects men to just take it on the chin whenever we're insulted. So whenever a man,
wow, I didn't know that. Shar Kendrick G has an app now
in kind
for her date. She has a dating
his
app.
Own rhetoric, with his own whatever, all of a sudden he's wrong. Now, if you think I'm joking, let's check out the video and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean.
Okay, let's go ahead and bring out our next single guy. Hello, welcome.
You know, Sahara, I've said that before. Because and for some reason the other, Angry Man thinks that every black woman that he passes that doesn't acknowledge him, is something wrong with that particular black woman. I think that's part of his, along with that mother complex. He thinks that, oh, y'all black women in particular owe him some kind of reference, that y'all should bow down when y'all see him because he's the Angry Man. I'm famous. You don't know who I am? You don't know who I am? I'm Rick James, bitch.
I'll have you hold this. All right, if we can have your name.
Now, when he walked up and the first woman popped her balloon, when they asked her why she popped the balloon, she should have just said, I didn't find him attractive. And that could have been the end of it. That could have been the end of it, right? But as you can see,
on camera. She popped her balloon and she's got this goofy look on her face. So keep in mind, she's already I'm not like everybody else. I'm not going to sit around here and make these excuses for these women and their childish behavior and act like they're not doing something wrong off the rip that would cause him to be defensive in the first place. Him being defensive is actually justified. So everybody else is...
Listen, what he was mad at is the fact that the woman popped the balloon time and she saw him, nigga, I don't want you, pop. Whatever it was, whether it's chemistry, whether it was looks or whatever, she knew immediately this was not someone I would be interested in. Give a fuck what it was. She knew immediately. This is somebody I would not be interested in. And I'm going to tell you what she saw.
We'll sit back and pretend like, oh, well, you know, he was doing too much, or he was this, he was that. And what's the reason why people are going to operate that way? Because they look here and they see some of these women and they think they're attractive. So since they think the women are attractive, they're automatically going to take the women's side. When in all honesty, when I look up there, I don't see a single woman up there that would make me go cuckoo for Cocoa.
So you mean to tell me out of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 delectable, all dressed in all different colors, all different shapes and sizes. Some of them got thick, thirsty thighs. Some of them got knock knees. Some of them bow-legged. Some of them got long hair. Some of them got short hair. Some of them got Miss Voluptuous, bodacious tatas, as they say. And you mean to tell me, Angry Man, as a... Oh, no wonder you said that only that it's a known fact that Latino women smell better than black women, because you mustard, none of these women here would have mustered the smell test for you, would they, Angry Man? Because look, the one in the black, the one in the pink, the one in the aqua blue, the one in the red, the one with the shoulder, with the half shoulder, the one with the look like she about to go into the jungles of Afghanistan, look like an Indian papoose, and then there's the lady with the white on with the tie around shirt. Now I guarantee you, if I can see these women look good from here, I can imagine what the room looking and smelling like when he walked in there. That's all I'm gonna say.
Just being real, right? All of them look average, in my personal opinion. But she's popping her balloon off the rip with a look on her face like, you know. And then you got this.
Man, what does Miss Angry Bird look like? What does Miss Angry Man look like? I guarantee you that woman that you sleep with, that you lay with every night, could not hold a candle to any one of these women standing up here in front of you. I guarantee you, checking out from what the picture, allegedly from what the pictures I've seen, allegedly, your chick got a booty do. Some folks might ask, what is a booty do then, Mr. Music? Well, a booty do is this. Your stomach stick out farther than your booty do. That's what I've seen, and that's what I've heard from some people, allegedly. Allegedly. I don't see no booty dudes on that stage, do y'all? It's almost time for me to get them up out of here there, folks.
This one over here laughing. You know what I'm saying? So already there's a couple of them that are already being insulting, right?
My name's Aaron.
Aaron, how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 29.
29, okay.
Yeah.
And what do you do?
I'm a licensed plumber.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
And now, what do you look for in a woman?
I look for a woman that's not promiscuous and has a career going for herself.
Well, let me ask y'all, lady, something. What does a promiscuous woman look like? Where do you go to the store and find and pick up a woman that's not promiscuous? How do you know? You a licensed plumber? No, because you know someone sent me a clip, and I should have used that clip. But someone showed me you're a journeyman. You're not a licensed plumber. What you were showing everybody to prove that you were a plumber was a journeyman's license. That means you were an OJT. You were on the job training. You hadn't got your license yet. You hadn't passed the original thing to get a license to be a certified plumber. You were still in the stages of trying to get your license, just based on the tag that I saw you show.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And now, what are some of your deal breakers?
Deal breaker: being promiscuous, non-cleanly, don't have a career, nothing really going for yourself.
Okay.
Well, how do you know within the first meetings of all these 7 women up on there that they uncleanly, because all of them look pretty clean to me, that they have nothing going for themselves? They ain't got no job. How do you know?
All right. So we did get a pop balloon. Let's go ahead and go on over there and see what's going on.
Yes.
Look how he walked, folks.
All right. If we can have your name and age and why you popped your balloon.
Hi, my name is Karma. I'm 24. Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to say the popping the balloon properly. Gotcha. For me, it just did not work. I didn't feel like I had chemistry or wasn't fully attracted to you. And I feel like that counts if we were going to be going through a dating.
Okay, so first of all, I get the part where you're saying you're not attracted to him, but how are you saying you don't have chemistry with him? You literally popped the balloon when he walked out. You don't know.
See, to an ignorant motherfucker, she wouldn't know what a pheromone is. You know, pheromones could reach a room long before you get there, folks. Pheromones can actually reach through an internet stream. You know, he does not understand that a woman can, damn near almost instantaneous, can tell you whether she's interested in you or not.
If you have chemistry with him. Like, stop capping and just tell the truth. You don't find him attractive physically. Just say that. Just say you don't find him attractive physically, and that's the end of it. You ain't got to. If you're not accomplishing shit, think about those things.
You know what? I didn't see that. I should have read that comment. So, you know, I was wondering whether his wife ever dated black men or not. And I was wondering, maybe that's it. Maybe that's another one of his deep-seated hatred of dark-skinned men in particular. That maybe some dark-skinned men that was holding that heat to her. And she told him one day, you ain't measuring up. Maybe that's why he is on Drake's side so much against Kendrick Lamar. Maybe it was one of them dark-skinned men that held that heat to her, that stood up in it. And she told him one day, if you had 2 more inches of dick, you'd find some new pussy here, angry man. After he said, I'm going to go out and get me some new pussy.
He said, just wanted to support the show, salute. And I'm just getting started.
Support the show.
I'm
Give me
just
that
getting
money.
started. I'm about to really cook.
No, you're not. Actually about to. Actually about to.
AM dudes sound like bitch ass niggas, because that's what they are. That's what they are.
Well, for the last, here we go. Now,
yeah, that's the whole thing. When you want it, you know, when a man wants out. When
before we close out here, folks, remember, this guy said that all those men that was complaining about him, that's either down in this chat room or guys like me, or guys like Big J, or guys like LTTV, or a few of the others, we're all a bunch of bitch ass niggas. And all we do is sit around and cry. But I want you to listen to these 4 motherfuckers before we close up. Listen.
he doesn't take anything.
Oh yeah, when he just bounces. You know, I did the same thing in my relationship. When I left my kid's mother, I left everything.
You left everything. Yeah, I don't want nothing.
I had artwork, all types of shit. I just left it.
You just want out.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah, what's the nature of the beast?
Yeah, but what you're saying, Dr. Johnson, is true. Like, there are a lot of guys that they don't see it until a little bit later in life. They, you know, there's even guys that come here on YouTube that still haven't seen it. And they'll be like, man, I don't know what y'all are talking about, you know. And some of them, the reason why they don't see it is because they may have lucked up and gotten married to a decent woman.
Yeah.
And so they...
Luck's got nothing to do with it, Angry Man. He said that we as men can bitch too much. But this nigga just said that the reason why some men can't see the forest for the trees is because they might have lucked up and found the right woman. Well, as I said, no marriage is guaranteed. No marriage is cemented in stone. I don't think anyone goes into a marriage or relationship intending it for it to break up, Angry Man, at no time. So, folks, for the last 3 hours and 40 minutes, you would think that I would have at least talked about some kind of content from the Angry Man, something of substance. But for the last 3 hours and 40 minutes, almost 4 hours now, there is nothing about I discovered from Angry Man through what other folks have sent me or through what I've done on my own that would say that to take him seriously as a content creator. Now, I said this at the beginning, and I'll say this again. After you watch any part of this stream, and you're still someone that supports the Angry Man, there's nothing I can do for you. You're just like a Trump sycophant. There's nothing that no one can tell you that will stop you from going over there, dropping your coins over with the Angry Man. Nothing. Nothing that anyone can tell you. So continue to do that. Continue to support the Angry Man. But again, for the last almost 3 hours and 42 minutes now, of all the things that I cropped or copied from Angry Man's different streams, or all the things that folks have sent to me that I pieced together, name me one bit of content that Angry Man had. That's why, Angry Man, I feel comfortable calling you a 3-sandwich eating, pot belly, no content having motherfucker. That's why I feel confident enough to say that to you, because you have no content. And one thing from Big J wanted me to say to you,
you niggas ain't shit.
Because you ain't. You ain't shit. Those niggas that follow you, whether you be woman or man, if you follow Angry Man, tell them one more time, Big J.
You niggas ain't shit.
And you'll never will be. You'll always be over there hoping that Angry Man won't curse you out because you sent him $1. You'll always be hoping that Angry Man highlights your super chat. You'll always be an angry-eyed. You'll always be over in the island of misfit toys. Because that's what Angry Man is. That's where Angry Man resides at, in the island of misfits. You and all your Angry Man cronies, that's what y'all belong to. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so very much for tuning in. I told you this was going to be a long stream. And to be quite honest with you, I could have done this for 6 hours easily, but I had to cut it down. But anyway, choose a part of the stream that you want to listen to, like, share, and subscribe if you don't mind. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta go. Remember, the grace of the day costs you nothing, folks. Say hello to someone. Might change the way they're thinking, might change the way they're living. You never know. If you walk past them and don't do what? Say hello. Have a good night, folks. Watch your 3, your 6, and your 9. We out.